Use as directed.
Hey, yo, it's Angel from the Monsters. GiveMeTheVin.com puts your car right on the money, providing you with a hassle-free online option to sell your car for more. It's as simple as going to GiveMeTheVin.com, entering your car's VIN number or a license plate number. You'll get an offer on your car in minutes that's well above any dealer quote. You can go to one of their pickup locations or they'll come to you. It's easy and it's fast. GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
This is Greg Trusinski from the Original Mattress Factory. I want to share the story of a couple I worked with recently. After receiving a quote from a competitor for a mattress, they visited OMF and found a mattress that was a great fit for them. They were so pleased with our quality and value that they ended up purchasing 2 mattresses, a box spring, headboard, and frame. Their total at OMF was roughly $400 less than what they would have spent on the one mattress at the competitor. If you're ready to get better sleep for less, visit us at originalmattress.com.
Hey, Russ Rollins here for the Monsters. All right, it's spring, right, in Florida. That means 2 things, warmer weather and allergy season. Now, if you're dusting nonstop and you're sneezing in your own house, you wonder why, what's going on. You feel like it's totally clean. Check your air ducts. That could be the problem. Every time your AC kicks on, it's blowing that dust around and all that debris, and it's all over your house. That's why I trust Zero Res to clean my air ducts. Mention me and get $50 off air duct cleaning this month. Call them at 407-232-9188 or book online at orlandozerores.com. Spelled forwards or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. Mortgage rates have improved again this week. Get your quote for a refinance to lower payments or get cash out at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
The Daytona Beach Poker Open debuts April 15th through the 26th at Daytona Beach Poker. This 2-week tournament series features 24 events and over $500,000 in guaranteed prize pools. It all begins with the $150,000 guaranteed Almighty Stack opening event and continues with mystery bounties, Seniors Classic, Pot Limit Omaha, and the $250,000 guaranteed main event. Build a stack, chase a trophy, and be part of the action. Visit DaytonaBeachPoker.com for further details.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. It is certainly April, but I ain't no fool. I understand how valuable this scan is. When I got it, my wife got it, my in-laws got it, we saw in real time exactly how our hearts are doing. That's what's so awesome about this free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. Man, when you consider the stats that 1 in 3 people in this country will die of heart disease, and in some of those cases, there will be 0 symptoms, nothing, no warning, horrifying. That makes this a total no-brainer. And remember, guys, there are no dyes or injections, and you stay fully clothed. And I'll tell you something else. They make making your appointment so easy. Simply pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, and say the keyword free heart scan. That's it. Pound 250, say that keyword free heart scan. They'll connect you in seconds. It is time to make that appointment and take control of your long-term health care. And let me tell you something else. While you're there, please ask about their cancer screening as well, because, guys, early detection saves lives. It's Life Imaging FLA.
To everyone looking for a little something extra, Delicious Rewards has officially arrived at Culver's.
With Delicious Rewards, you earn 10 points for every dollar you spend. Those points can be redeemed for free menu items, because the more you enjoy Culver's, the more we love rewarding you for it. You'll even get special treats every now and then just for being a fan, plus a more personalized Culver's experience. Join today at culvers.com/earn and start earning points with every purchase.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious. To everyone who thinks bold burgers are worth celebrating, let our team member Isabe tell you about the Colby Jack Pub Burger at Culver's.
I could talk about this pub burger all day, but our guests said it best.
This is the best pub burger. That sauce, so good.
That's why it's back now for a limited time. Fresh beef, Wisconsin Colby Jack cheese, crispy onions, and zesty A1 pepper mayo. Let us make one for you at Culver's.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM, HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station guaranteed human.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Tuesday, April 7th, 2026. Lots to get to today, from big news, bigger drama, to Kanye West was banned from a UK music festival, and amazing updates as NASA rounds the moon, plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your messages rolling right into the studio in real time. And it is, friends, a Share the Show Tuesday. That's right, everybody. This is when you tell somebody about the News Junkie radio show, the station you listen to it on, all that good stuff. Just spread the word on a Share the Show Tuesday. How's everybody doing on a Tuesday?
Good.
Pretty good. Pretty good. How are you?
Looks nasty today.
It's a little gross.
It's nasty out there. It's like the world is angry, and I understand it. I get it. We'll get into some stuff about what's going on with the contract countdown and all that weird stuff momentarily here. But yeah, I mean, I also fear after what happened last week on the show, where some bad weather came through and I lost power in my studio. I'm like, is that happening today? They said winds are kicking up.
Today, tomorrow, or the following day. It's supposed to be very nasty.
I think they said 5 inches of rain. You know what I mean? So this is no small feat that's going on here. Gusty winds. So I don't even know. I didn't know I was going to be here this morning. And now I don't know if I'll make it through this morning. So we'll see what happens today here on the show. Right now, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening to this great, big, wide world of ours. We go to my favorite thing currently, and it's something that aired in a few choice movie theaters as a promotion. And, I'll just play it for you. Here is Mario. I'll put that in quotes. Here's Mario. He wants to talk to you about the new Mario Galaxy movie.
Oh.
Hey, it's me, Mario.
Oh,
come
my.
over tonight to Pocono Cinema in East Stroudsburg, 7:30, to see the new Mario film.
Okay, I have to stop him there.
This is a nightmare.
I have to stop my man there, because one thing is, you held down the Mario accent for like 30 seconds, my guy.
And then I forgot the...
He's like, hey, it's me and Mario. And what I got to tell you is, make sure you come to the Crosstown movie theater. Like, whoa, okay, geez, man. He really ditched it there, but he's got, just so you know, he's got the Mario stash on. He's got the little red Mario hat and a full Mario suit.
The gloves, the buttons, the face.
It's gonna be hard for you to tell that all this is going on, because he doesn't sound like Mario after the first 3 seconds of the split.
Weirdly close to the camera, too.
Hey, it's me, Mario. You come over tonight to Pocono Cinema in East Stroudsburg, 7:30, to see the new Mario film.
Mario.
With me, Mario. Come, we have ice cream, hot dog, pizza, ice cream.
You already said that.
Milkshakes.
And Mario's gone.
Person in the background, you're fired. All right? Person in the background, he just said ice cream. Mario just said that 5 seconds ago.
He said, we have ice cream and milkshakes and popcorn, Diet Coke, and ice cream.
Yeah, the guy in the background goes, ice cream, you got to say ice cream. Like, come on, man. Are you paying any attention to what this guy, he just said ice cream.
For me, Mario, come, we have ice cream, hot dog, pizza, ice cream, milkshakes, everything. You come over, we have a good time, we take a picture. Ciao.
All right, there you go.
Okay.
Head on over, everybody.
Ready for some kids to cry?
You have a good time, we take a picture.
This seems like the Bluey thing waiting to happen all over again right here.
That's a scary Mario, but there you have it. The hustle
Some little
is
kid.
real.
Some little kid's going to arrive at this and be like, oh, my God, here's the deal.
What happened to Mario?
That's not Mario. Why is he a fat Jersey guy? What the hell's happening here? That is an advertisement for a movie theater playing Mario Galaxy that was making the rounds, and this gentleman just wants you to come by and get a bite to eat.
Is that movie out then?
Yeah, Mario Galaxy, #1 at the box office, C-Lane. I'm glad you asked. Yeah, #1 at the box office. I got a review on it from a little kid. I didn't just randomly ask little kids. It was an Easter thing where we were doing the Easter family get-together thing over at Courtney's house, and as I was there, her little nephew is like, he's got Mario
got her own
stuff.
place?
No. Well, as I get there, her little nephew is where he's rocking Mario everything, and I go, "Oh, did you see the Mario Galaxy movie?" And he said, I did. And I said, what did you think? And he goes, it was amazing. So go see the Mario Galaxy movie, I guess, if you're into that stuff.
But also show him the video we just watched. I would love his opinion on that as well.
I don't know if he's going to like that. Yeah.
Scary Mario.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be a big fan of that necessarily.
Hey, we'll all have fun. We'll take a picture.
Right. I did have a backup clip that I just want to run down the lane if you don't mind, all right? Because it has been keeping me sane for the last 24 hours. It's one of the most viral things of the last couple of days before we clear the deck on some Easter stuff, and I'll tell you what's been going on and why I wasn't here yesterday and all that stuff. But my favorite clip going right now, have you seen the one that everybody's passing around? 28 million views on this. And the title of it is Telling Everyone How Impressive My First Gay Orgy Was. Okay. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet.
No.
Okay, you could see, because you guys have me on monitors over there, you could see who's, the person speaking in this clip. And it's Trump. And they said, this is somebody's title of it, not mine. Telling everyone how impressive my first gay bareback orgy was. And you're going to see why this is going mega viral here. Listen.
They came in so fast and so hard, and these guys knew exactly what to do. Let's go. Come on. Get in. Let's go. Blah. They came one right after another, not at the same time. They don't want to come at the same time. They had to come right after each other. They didn't have any room.
It's out of context.
Well, what is the context? Because it now fits perfectly with my first gay orgy.
The context, I think, is Iran. I think it was like an Iran rescue story or something, but it does sound a little strange.
They came in so fast and so hard, and these guys knew exactly what to do. Let's go. Come on. Get in. Let's go. Blah. Blah. They came one right after another, not at the same time. They don't want to come at the same time. They had to come right after each other. They didn't have any room.
They didn't have any room. No room at all. 28 million views on the secondary backup clip. And I hope everybody had a great Easter. I hope your Easter was enjoyable. I know mine was. I had a glorious time with the family. It was really, really a nice thing. I think I did eat a little bit too much. I was down about like 5 pounds or so. And then I made the mistake of getting on the scale this morning after all the Easter stuff. And I go, oh, my God. Oh, my God. And now I think I'm almost back where I started. Maybe three pounds down in the course of the last couple of months or something. But it was worth it. It was worth it. I hope your Easter was good. I was wondering what to do with the show and what was going to happen around here. I still don't know, if I'm honest with you. I had a call this morning with the Suits, just so everybody knows, just so everybody's on the same page. I had a call this morning with the Suits, and my plan was I have a bunch of stacked vacation days. And I have 84 days left on my contract with iHeartRadio. And if you're unfamiliar, these deals usually happen when you have a year left, okay? A year left is when you negotiate a new deal usually. And at this point, I could talk to other companies. Everything is opened up. Everything is wide open at this point in time. 84 days left. And so I had half a mind to, and I was literally going to just take off every vacation day I've stacked. If you've listened to the show, despite your complaints, despite your continued complaints over the last decade plus, I take so few vacation days, it is absolutely preposterous, okay? And much to the detriment of Courtney's vacation life. Trust me, she hates this more than you do, more than anybody else on the planet. But I take so few vacation days that I was going to just, hey, let's just burn them. Let's burn them. And this morning, iHeart was like, let's have a conversation. Let's join at 9 o'clock. I said, okay. And they said, we've come to an agreement on some things. Not a lot. Don't get too excited. We've come to an agreement on some things. I would say about 40% or so of what needs to be done is now done. And the idea is I'm going to put my head down, do the show for the next 2 weeks. And with 70 days left, in 14 days, with 70 days left, we're going to have what will probably be the final meeting. And if we can make an agreement there, good. We move past everything, and I can stop talking about it. If not, then I'll probably do what I had planned on doing this time and just burn all the days off that I have, because I don't want to come in here every single day and do this. I don't. I mean, I do want to do this show. It's fun. I enjoy myself. It's my life's work is this program and everything that I've been working on for decades and decades now. But I don't want to do this part of it. I'd rather just either, pee or get off the pot, as they often say. So that was what a lot of my Easter break was spent doing. I appreciate all of the kind words. I appreciate everybody and your emails and all of that stuff coming in. The basic deal is now I'll put my head on and put my head down and do the next 2 weeks, and we'll see what happens. I'm still not very, I don't know. I'm not optimistic that we're going to come to the conclusion that I'd like to here. And I'll keep you updated as much as I can on this. But for now, I'm going to come through this week, and we're not all going to come at once. They don't want that. You're gonna come at different times, and then right down the middle. That's how it goes. But no, yeah, I mean, not a bit, for those of you who are wondering. Legitimately, I have 84 days left getting paid at this company. And if that ends, I end, like TSA style. See you later. I'll go bring my, my skills and abilities somewhere else and do this and probably get what I'm looking for at some other company. But it looked like iHeart wanted to play ball this morning. They said we have an agreement on these items. They said, would you be willing to come back for the next 2 weeks, and then we'll have another meeting about this. So for now, that's where I'm at. That's what I'm going to do. And I'll feel it out from here. We'll see what happens. I did have some Easter stuff to share with you. Boy, I don't know if I have enough time right now. In fact, I don't think I do. I don't think I have enough time at the moment to do this, but I have some Easter stuff since we missed Easter.
You found some eggs?
I didn't find any eggs. And by the way, don't get me started already, please. Don't get me started already, Sealand. By the way, the entire Easter thing is broken. All right? The entire Easter thing is just absolutely broken. I watched as the kids at the Easter party I was at did this, and I think it's just everywhere now. No one dyes eggs and hides them anymore. All right? It's all the plastic eggs.
Oh, it's been like that.
I don't know when that happened, but like it's just turned to, and the kids at the Easter party, they were coming through and they go, oh, I only got $37. And I go,
I never grew up with the plastic eggs having money inside.
Me either.
It was just like 3 jelly beans.
I did.
I know you did.
Of course you did. Yeah,
but
of course
as far
you did.
as dyed eggs, I don't believe those were supposed to be hidden and found, because if you don't find them, you got some nasty, rotting, boiled eggs elsewhere.
We actually discussed this at my Easter, because we had my son Jackson go out and do the egg hunt out in the backyard, and he found plastic eggs. And my dad had asked, if they were real eggs. And I said, no, we're not hiding real eggs in the backyard.
You're part of the problem. What are you doing?
No, but I think, and I was trying to remember back to my childhood. I was like, I think the real eggs would be hidden in the house, so that they, could be found,
And then what? I thought just the dyeing of the eggs was a separate activity.
That was the thing the night before. That's what we did. My mom would get the whole paws kit out, and then we had like the shrink wrap things and the dyes, and we would do all of that the night before. And then the next morning, everything would be hidden around the house, and you have to find them. And now it's like the kids are upset because they don't have enough money in their plastic Easter eggs. And I go, what? What has happened?
Well, my
Does
kid
nobody do the eggs?
My kid had no money in his eggs, but he doesn't know any better.
Did he even go around and look for anything? Is he even able to do that?
So we did the backyard Easter egg hunt, and I was just roasting my wife for how easy these eggs were to find, because obviously she can't hide them that well because he's 2 years old. Yeah, he's little. But I get that, but I still was just we were roasting her because I was like, I am standing at the window in the kitchen doing dishes, and I have found 12 eggs already. Just looking out the window, I can see them. They were so obvious where the eggs were.
I got to tell you, we took my car over to Courtney's house.
On top of a tree branch at one point. There's two of them.
We took my car over to Courtney's house, and I go, oh, God. After the pollen hurricane that hit the area, I go, I haven't washed my car, but we don't have enough time before Easter dinner. And we bring the car over there. It's filthy. I mean, it's filthy, covered in smut and every kind of dirt and
started. I'm surprised it started.
Well, no, it didn't. For a while, I had to jump it. I had to have somebody jump it first. But then we drive over there, and I go, oh, God, maybe we could park over here so the other people at the Easter party won't see how filthy my Genesis is. And I park it, and then when I go outside and they're going to do the Easter hunt, they hid like 6 eggs around my filthy ass car. And the kids are like pinching their fingers to grab the plastic eggs off the car. Even full of money, they didn't want to touch that thing. Jesus. Not great. All right, when we come back, I'll give you a download of some of the Easter stuff that we absolutely have to do here on the show. We got NASA, Kanye, the show that is breaking all of the entertainment industry right now, and rightfully so. This is too far and too weird. An SNL drama, boy, oh boy, loaded up, and a lot to get to here on a Share the Show Tuesday. And that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Still looking at some slowdowns on I-4 today in the Orlando area for those traveling east and westbound on the interstate. No slowdowns or delays.
Hello, welcome behind the scenes of the show. Skull Mike. Activated. I hope you had a great weekend. I'm sorry I was gone yesterday. Hey YouTube. Hey Twitch. Hello. Hi. How are you? How are you? What are you doing? You're going outside? Oh, you're going to Publix. Okay. Be safe out there. It's pouring. I could hear it pouring. Drive carefully. Hey. Are you sure you want to go right now? The windshield wipers are like, oh. You sure? Okay, drive safe, please. All right, everybody. Welcome in. YouTube, Twitch, hey, TNJ chat. Hey, Funky Fresh, Pierogi, Kyle, Cat Butthole, Stepafee. Hey, everybody. I feel like this is the eye of the contract storm. Probably. So just so you guys know, I prepped tonight just in case. I prepped last night just in case. And I had a call scheduled this morning with iHeart, a big Suits conference call. And they were like, look, we've come to an agreement on about, they called it 50%. I'll call it 40%. But about half of the deal. Which I'm only asking for what's fair. I'm not going crazy here. I'm legitimately only asking for protection for myself and for the show and what I believe the program is worth and what I put into it. But the iHeart Suits said,
we have a deal in principle on about what they call 50% of the ask. And they said, can you do us a favor? Can you not take all of your vacation days right now? Give us 2 weeks, they said. Give us 2 weeks to try to see what we can do progress-wise on the rest of this deal. And then we'll find out day 70, 2 weeks from right now, what this looks like. At day 70, I think I may have so few broadcast days left that I might have enough to just take the rest of my days if we don't have a deal. And at that point, I wouldn't go back on that. I would just do it, and then I would be off the air until we have some sort of deal. So there you go. That's what happened. They said, can you come back? Can you do 2 weeks while we sort the rest of this out? I said, fine. I didn't have anything planned. I didn't have some big vacation going on, thankfully. So I figured we might as well do this. Keep the pressure on the company and see what happens. But I did have an interesting time talking to some other industry people yesterday. I will tell you that. I had an interesting time. I think if this doesn't go the way I want it to, there very well would be another company or two that would very quickly get into the mix. And nothing much would change for me because I've got all my stuff here, But we'll see. We shall see. I did have some time to catch up on secret shows yesterday. Nice. Tell them your mods need a raise too. True. True. Tell them chatter of the year. Now everybody, chatter of the year, mods, anything else? I'm having a hard enough time just getting me on board here. I'll tell you what I'm probably going to do, though. In the next 2 weeks, I'm probably going to plan a vacation if that meeting doesn't go well, just so I'm not sitting around. Just so I'm off and not thinking about all of that stuff. I'd rather not bother myself with it. Dan says, Sean, nice being able to choose your own path, and that's almost surely because of all the hard work you put in over the years. Congrats on that. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate that. Take Courtney on another cruise? Oh, she would like that. Yeah, that's what we talked about doing something like that. Or I think we may just go on like a nice vacation somewhere. Get away from it. Because what happens is it drums up so much bullshit. And I'm just going to be real with you. It's like so much bullshit. People who get mad at everything get mad at this. People think it's some stage show and you're making more out of it. It's literally my job, my career, and my contract. And the decision will probably determine where I am in this industry for the next at least 4 years. Maybe 5 years. So it's a big deal. It's a key time and a big deal. But there's always, people chirping about bullshit. My favorite thing, by the way, real quick, yesterday there was somebody on Facebook who was like, iHeart is not going to sign a deal with Sean because he doesn't promote the radio station enough. He doesn't, I can't stand for it anymore, this guy said. He doesn't promote the radio station enough. Oh my God. The horror. What a particular thing for you to be upset about. What a weird and particular thing. God bless you. Happy Easter, everybody. Exactly, Ryan. All right, we'll come back.
for Season 2. Join us as we explore breathtaking natural beauty and the layered history of destinations around the world.
One of the things that really struck me about my time in Alaska, there's just a more dramatic starkness where the water and the land meet. It really is just a magical landscape.
So come along as Season 2 takes off. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Wayfinder, and listen now.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This
Live for the moment here today on a Share the Show Tuesday. Thanks for hanging out with us. I look forward to you, your questions, your comments, your dispatches. Record those over at thenewsjunkie.com. April Fools. Boy, there was a lot of those out there. Not from me, but from all the other places. And we went through that, and then that got us over to Easter, which was this past Sunday and rolling into yesterday. But I missed a couple of things, and I just want to get caught up with them. And I'm sorry if you're like, well, I've already heard this, Sean. Most of you probably haven't. But some of what happened with Easter just provided so many clips that I had to get in on it. I mean, like some of these, I think, hang them up in a museum. The picture of the Easter Bunny at the White House before he was about to go out and make an appearance with the President of the United States of America is glorious. It's for the people who are watching, you watch the show on YouTube and Twitch. The picture of the Easter Bunny right before he's about to go out and do all the Easter Day stuff with Trump at the White House is like,
that's a badass picture.
It's like deep, emotional. Oh boy, here we go. Like the Easter Bunny is ready to retire or something.
All he needs is a cigarette in his mouth.
Yeah,
bloodshot eyes.
Like he's only a little bit away from Ben Affleck in some of the photos that I've seen of him, where he's like out front of his house with the cigarette dangling from his lip. Or
you think for the White House Easter celebration, when they need a bunny, is that a hire out, or do they, acquire their own costume and like have a Secret Service agent, somebody who's like passed all the clearances and stuff to be there?
I wouldn't be surprised if they did that, C-Lane, because it's so like you're right next to the president.
Yeah,
you're right there. You're right next to the president.
Or that's Pam Bondi in there. I mean, just
because
she needed the hours.
We got a new job for you. It's great. It's so important. You're gonna love it. What is it? What's it? Well, I will explain it to you later, Pam. All right, just put on the bunny head.
Could you imagine the look on her face if they tried to hand her an Easter Bunny costume?
What are you talking about? This is very important. What do you mean? This is one of the most important jobs you can have.
No wonder it looks like that bunny's staring 100 miles through the wall.
Only behind Santa Claus or something. And some of it is just cinema. Like Trump on the balcony of the White House, the Easter Bunny is next to him, and the discussion is not really Easter related, you might say. But just remember, there's somebody, maybe Pam Bondi, in the Easter Bunny costume right next to the President of the United States of America. The kids are all out on the lawn. The kids are ready to roll the eggs and go after the eggs in the Easter egg hunt. And here's Trump next to the Easter Bunny.
And I don't think it gets much more hostile than Iran. They're capable fighters. They're very tough people. And there are others like that. You don't mind when the enemy is weak, but that enemy is strong. Not so strong like they were about a month ago, I can tell you. In fact, right now, they're not too strong at all, in my opinion, but we're soon going to find out.
The Easter Bunny's just looking around.
He's like
dying of heat, by the way.
What would you have me do in this moment here? What
I would grab a handful of eggs and throw them as a distraction.
I would love for the Easter Bunny to just be reacting to the stuff he's saying. Like he said, they're not so strong. And the Easter Bunny's like, nope.
nope.
Free Palestine.
Yeah. I don't know what is going on in the Easter Bunny's head, but he's sitting up here as Trump is having a rant about Iran, which is fantastic.
Why?
Man.
Well, and I imagine this is something that happens at the White House every Easter.
Oh, yeah, big time. Yeah, the Easter egg roll and the Easter egg event.
What's it roll? They roll the eggs?
What? Yeah, they do an Easter egg roll at the White House. It's one of the events that they do for the holidays. I don't know when they started doing that, but it's definitely like one of the things that they do. And they race by rolling an egg across a course of some sort that they've made up. And, they got the Easter Bunny out there doing its thing.
But he's just as the president in that position. So it's be like, Happy Easter, remember all the fun things, family, love. And instead he did the Iran rant.
Oh, there's so much more. Oh, I'm just getting started here.
Yes,
Yeah, there's so much more. Last time we saw something like this happen, it was when Biden was wandering around with no clue where he was, and the Easter Bunny had to guide Biden to like, oh, you need to go over here. The Easter Bunny's like guiding him, which leads me to believe C-Lane's theory might be right about who's in
Secret
that costume.
Service.
Yeah, they're like, go over here. And now it's just craziness and pretty hilarious, honestly. I don't know how much of this you can hear, but I'm going to try. I'm going to give it a shot. 1 million views, this video. Trump sat down with a bunch of the kids at the Easter egg roll, and he's doing his thing as no one does like him. And he's talking to the kids, and he's signing an autograph for the kids at the Easter egg event. And so Trump is saying, hey, Biden didn't sign this. Biden used the auto pen. Biden didn't sign. He's talking
What's
about
an auto pen?
He's talking about
children.
These kids don't know what a pen is, much less an auto pen. And these little kids are around. Let's see what we can hear.
Biden would use the auto pen. He'd have an auto pen problem. Joe Biden, he didn't sign. He was incapable of signing. So they follow him around with a big machine. You know what it's called? An auto pen. And they'd have the auto pen signed for him. He'd take the paper and hand it to his guys, and sign it with an auto pen, give it back.
So just for the record, the kids around him are what?
3?
4?
The eldest one is still maybe 8, 7 or 8, all the way to the left, and has no idea what he's talking about.
One from the center of this discussion has made a paper airplane that has drawn his attention in. He's got a little airplane there.
Is this what you flew over Iran?
And Trump's like, Biden didn't sign this stuff. He had an auto pen. He's just telling the kids about an auto pen.
Couldn't sign his own name. They followed him around with a machine. Do you know what the machine is called? Auto pen.
Those kids don't know how to sign their own name.
These kids are like, this is the weirdest Easter I've ever seen in my entire life. What's going on here, man? I was promised we would get some plastic eggs full of money, because that's what Easter has come down to, of course. More from the Easter event.
Do you have the one where he mimics the sniper, I think, to some...
Does he? Wait, I don't know. I saw that one. All right, here's another one where he's got some people gathered around him. The Easter Bunny is next to him here. Here's Trump.
How did I do with the voters that do eggs? Awesome. Would you say 100% or 99%? 100%. Did anybody in the egg industry vote for Kamala?
Industry?
A low IQ.
Yeah.
She's a low IQ person. Who's a lower IQ person, Biden or Kamala?
So this is the crowd again
at
the Easter event, and he's going, how did I do with the what do you call it? The egg people?
The egg people.
Industry.
The egg people. Oh, no, first he said the egg people, just like people who are into eggs for Easter, I guess. And then he went to the Egg Industrial Complex, or the EIC, as it were. And he's going, how did I do with these people? 100%? 100% of the egg people vote? Which seems weird, because I picture something different when I hear egg people. Like I picture like a...
Boneheads?
Yeah, they got some physical deformities or something going on. But he's like, how did I do with the egg people? And then he says, he's talking to the crowd of mothers and children, families. And he said, Kamala was a low IQ person. Who's lower IQ, Kamala or I think he said Joe Biden. I think it's just tossing out bombs, political bombs.
That's probably the toughest question.
That's the toughest question.
Poor Easter Bunny.
Easter Bunny's just roasting away in the costume next to him right now.
Standing behind him is just like, what am I supposed to do? I think this is the moment in which I am like hugging kids or shaking hands or high fives, and he's just behind Trump
nice,
again.
Though. It's a nice Easter Bunny costume.
Beautiful costume.
Quality wise, like, he's got the big head.
But he's scared. Look at his hands. He's scared.
He doesn't know what to do with himself. What am I supposed to do over here?
It's supposed to be bunnying, you know?
I'm trying to bunny.
Out of there, my dude.
And then I guess somebody yelled at Trump when he was hanging out with Melania, and somebody's like, who's that? We're talking about Melania, and they say, "Who's that?
Who is that?
Who is that?
Who is that?
He said she's a movie star. She's a movie star. I love that kids don't care about any of this. Like, kids don't care about politics. This is one of the best part about kids. They don't care about like left or right or whatever. They just care about the moment, and they care about the things that motivate them, like eggs and money and candy and all those things. So the kid will straight up say to the First Lady of the United States of America, pointing at her like, "Who's that? Who's this person right here?" Where if you were the parent of one of those kids, you'd be like, "Oh, God, oh, please, no, awkward." It's like, she's a movie star. That's her. And the little kids had quite a time.
Do you think it's an awkward ride home, kind of a silent thing for the parent of that kid who's like, "Oh, can't believe you embarrassed me in front of Melania."
What I tell you, what are you doing out there? But kids don't care. They do not care about any of this stuff, and God bless them for it. The other Easter stuff that I wanted to mention was there were some police officers who got in trouble, and Oklahoma City police officers allegedly involved in an April Fool's Day prank that got them in trouble are now popping up in the news. Hang on, let me see. This has put them on leave, these police officers, and it's crazy that they even tried this. I don't know if I have the audio of like the dispatch. It might be in here. But the story says Oklahoma City police officers are in trouble for being involved in an April Fool's Day prank that led dispatchers to believe a fleeing driver had thrown a baby out of a car window and run a person over.
Okay, what?
Sweet prank.
They're now on an administrative leave pending the investigation here. Dispatchers were tracking an Oklahoma City police officer who appeared to be in the middle of a pursuit around 9:30 p.m. The officer couldn't be heard over the radio. Instead, a dispatcher said the officer was sending updates through the department's electronic messaging system. So he's not talking over like his radio. He's just sending in messages. As the apparent pursuit continued, dispatchers tracked the officer via a map. At one point, a dispatcher is heard via audio relaying the message that the officer reported a baby had been thrown out the window during the pursuit. Then he supposedly ran over a homeless person, the dispatcher said. An Oklahoma Highway Patrol dispatcher then weighed in, asking if they needed assistance. A second Oklahoma City officer joined the purported pursuit. So they got like a whole fake police chase going on here. An Oklahoma City Police canine officer was heard asking the dispatch if either of their radios were working, and then they sent a message saying their vehicle had struck a person, prompting firefighters to rush to the scene. Afterwards, they said, "We can terminate the pursuit. It was an April Fool's prank." And I got to tell you, like, isn't that a crime? Isn't this have you not committed a crime, my friend? If you're saying like, "Oh, we're in pursuit right now. Someone threw a baby out of a window of a moving vehicle."
Had that been a civilian calling in that exact report,
they get charged.
Absolutely.
You're not allowed to do that. I think I have some of it here from News 4. Let's see here. Hang on. Let me bring this full screen and see if they have the audio of it. Right here. Okay.
But turns out it was an April Fool's prank.
What a move,
13
man.
just advised that they threw a baby out the window at 36 of Robinson.
Jesus.
Supposedly ran over a transient.
Engine 19. Respond to man down at 3200
Man
South
down.
Robinson Avenue.
So, do we have any updates on that pursuit or what kind of vehicle they were chasing?
It was an April Fool's prank.
It was an April Fool's prank, the dispatcher says. Yeah, that seems like you would get, like if we did that here, if we went on the show and did that and said, "Oh, there's crazy stuff happening right now. There's a police chase right now." We made up a news story. We would get in trouble and I might get fired.
Why not?
I might get fired as a result if we did that, I would think.
Make the prank a little bit ridiculous to insinuate and not cause full-blown, I don't know, panic amongst law enforcement officers. Like, we just saw a sighting of insert not baby being thrown out of car.
I would go
Make it
so
funny.
far as to say, why make a fake police report for your April Fool's thing? You're a police officer. You could do anything else. You could literally do anything else. Like, you've committed a crime. That's what you can't commit a crime and then be like, "April Fools."
There's a lot of YouTube channels that thrive on the very idea you just spelled out.
This is true.
It's true. And that is absolutely true. But what do you think should happen to these officers? A prank just in good fun here, or much more serious?
What was fun about it, though? Like the thing, the key to a good April Fool's Day prank is that like something fun was had.
Yeah.
Nothing fun about telling somebody a baby was thrown out of a car.
This is just a gotcha.
Gotcha.
Oh, well, we're right now scrambling fire trucks and emergency vehicles to go to the location where you're saying all this is happening, and they go, "Ha ha! You idiots! I fooled you all."
Look at your face.
Yeah, that's
You're actually
not
doing your job. Look at your face.
That's not really how it all should work.
Can't believe you sent the fire truck out there.
I mean,
idiots! What fools! April
Just
Fools.
believe every time somebody says "man down."
And the other story that I saw that I'll just work in real quick before we get to the newer stuff, but there was an Easter egg hunt on Sunday in Long Beach Park in California. Little kids are out running all over the place, and they're finding, I hope, some actual dyed eggs, if those exist anymore, but certainly, the plastic eggs with cash and candy in them and whatnot. As these kids are rolling around finding different eggs, one of them goes, "I found a big egg." And the mom and dad are like, "Wait, what's going on?" And the kid's like, I found a big egg. This must be the egg with all the money in it." And they're wrestling around trying to get the egg. And the kids found a human skull at the park.
A real one?
The Easter egg search was going on. They went into this like area with dense brush looking for eggs that were hidden.
And had $50 inside of it.
And they found an actual human skull. There was a human skull that the kids found in Long Beach, California at an Easter egg hunt. What a weird Easter it was. Okay, I'm going to get some emails coming in. Also, the amazing moments that we've been seeing with NASA around the moon.
Watched a lot of that yesterday.
How cool, man.
Did I cry?
So amazing to see. I've got some pretty great moments from that. We got a lot of drama on the way, and I shared the show Tuesday. And whatever your thoughts are, whatever's on your mind, tips, TIPS at thenewsjunkie.com, or a recorded dispatch on the website. All that coming up next on the News Junkie.
Classic Alternative this weekend on Real Radio 1.
Hello. Welcome to the show. Skull mic activated. Not a human, well, not a real human skull. This is different. Although for those of you who are new, you probably don't even know what skull mic looks like. Let me show you. Oh! Ho! Don't freak out now. That's the skull and skull mic. Courtney made that. It's part of a project that she did. It's gorgeous, although it does have a bit of lady hair on it these days. Lawson, have you seen the woman rescues child egg drop video? I don't know that I have. I was a little busy over the past 24 hours, as you might imagine. I did see one video going viral that I have to say I fundamentally disagree with. But I wanna toss it to you. Tell me what you think. Hang on, I can show you. Give me just a moment here. Right here. This is the video. It is, as you can see, a parrot. I don't know how well you can see it. It's a parrot scuba diving. This person has manufactured a scuba kit for their parrot and put the parrot in the ocean. Let me tell you something. Your parrot doesn't want to be in the ocean, okay, pal? Your parrot wants to be flying around in a jungle-type atmosphere from beautiful tree to beautiful tree. Don't put your parrot in a fake scuba getup It's terrible to do that. Am I right or am I wrong? What a time to be alive. Yeah. That seems stressful to the parent. That's what I feel. This brings me back to, and people fought me on this, but I was so right about this. Somebody posted a video and they go, oh, my dog loves skydiving with me. And they had a golden retriever. This video went very viral at the time. And the golden retriever is pushed out with the rest of them as they skydive out of the vehicle. And the golden retriever is like on the person's chest, like, you know, flying around, probably thinking it's dying, headed towards the ground. And then the guy lands and he's like petting the golden retriever. He's like, yeah, he loves it. You don't know what your animal likes and dislikes other than food. All right? Your animal isn't a vegan. Your animal isn't a scuba diver. Your animal is not a skydiver. Stop doing unnatural things with your animals. It is weird and you shouldn't be doing it. Okay? Agree? Do we agree or no? It's so weird. So ridiculous. All right, everybody, buckle up. We're coming back right now.
Will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-478-6430. That's 800-478-6430. What do you have to lose? Call 800-478-6430. Again, 800-478-6430.
This is the Duke's Country Song. It's a song about Duke's Mayo. It says here it's got twang. That sounds good. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out. This is the new.
Yeah, I'm live. I'm here today. It's a Tuesday. Sure, hold up the newspaper. April 7th. And 84 days left in the contract, but the deal is like a little better, I think. It's like it's like 1% going to happen now instead of 0. It's a 1% deal. That's like they say we're 50% there. I think we're maybe like 1% there, really. But at least an agreement has been made to ice things out for the next couple of weeks here. So I'll try to churn through some fun shows. I'll tell you if anything else happens, but in the meantime, that's where we are right now. And the phone call this morning went a little better than some of the other stuff has gone so far. A little better. Still not good. 1% there. 99% to go. And meanwhile, when I'm off on a day like yesterday, I'm just wandering around the house ranting about things. Because we didn't have any vacation planned or anything. But I'm watching stuff. And one of the things, I just played this on the stream. I was like, what is going wrong with humanity here? I'll play it for those of you who missed this, and I'll explain it for everybody who's listening. I saw this video, and I'm ranting to Courtney about this, and I go, I wonder what C-Lane thinks about what this person has done. You're a bird owner, at least you were at one point in time.
I was, yes.
Your bird Bongo. What type of bird was Bongo again?
He was a Quaker parrot.
A Quaker parrot. Okay, well, that's what this is, a parrot. I don't know if it's the same type of parrot. This one's a green. Yeah, then it might. I think it's the same kind of parrot then. It's a little green parrot. And this dude,
oh, I saw this.
He made a submarine for his parrot, and he puts his parrot under the sea and then drives his parrot around in a little parrot submarine. And everybody's like, oh my God, look at him go. The parrot's underwater. He's in a submarine. And I say the same thing about this that I said about, there was a big fight over this. I remember people, some of you have takes that are just in insane territory, literally like sand brain territory sometimes. And I remember when this story came up, it was about a guy who went skydiving with his dog. And I said, there's a couple of things I'm against. And some of you may disagree. That's fine, whatever. But one thing is, I don't think homeless people should have dogs. They don't have their lives together enough to navigate their own life. I literally just read an article in the LA Times yesterday where they were talking about this big failed program where they were spending hundreds of millions of dollars trying to rehouse the homeless. And one of the guys who they gave a house, and then the guy couldn't abide by the rules of the house. And so he back out on the streets where he wanted to be. What were the rules? The rules were that you couldn't do drugs. You couldn't have a bunch of guests over because that was something that they found led to them doing drugs a lot of times. And there was like a couple of rules. For a free house, your problem is you're a homeless person. They solve it by giving you hundreds of millions of dollars in this program, and then the people don't want to follow the rules. And this guy, they tell the story about him, and I go, son of a bitch, because they talk about how this homeless guy has a dog with him, which I don't think they should be having. And in the end, they're like, oh, yeah, by the way, his dog ran out into traffic and got hit by a car. And because he wasn't watching his dog. And I'm like, you know what? I'm against some of these things with animals. The other one, and this was the one that caused like more of a big argument on the show with people, I was against this guy who goes skydiving with his dog. He takes his dog and straps it to himself, and he jumps out of a plane.
There's no need for that.
It's a golden retriever just going, blowing in the wind, this golden retriever. And I go, your dog doesn't want to skydive. And I know they'll tell me they do, just like people will be like, no, my dog's a vegan. You know, my dog's absolutely. I know you think that you can read your dog's mind, but your dog doesn't want to skydive. And my theory is that this parrot doesn't want to be in a submarine underwater. All right, maybe I'm wrong. I mean, it's funny looking. It's absolutely hilarious to see. And maybe this is the first parrot who's ever done this.
Can you zoom in at all and see if the parrot looks terrified?
Can't really get a look at the parrot's face. But, Sealand, from your experience with Bongo, similar type of bird, would Bongo have wanted to go on the scuba ocean journey, or would this have really not have been a good idea for him?
I would imagine not. You know, it's been a while, but I think the parrot would probably be a little freaked out. Now, how would you know if he was any more freaked out? I mean, the Bongo made a lot of screeching noises just for fun, just for funsies, you know? So you wouldn't necessarily know. I mean, there was times where, you know, he would show signs where he didn't like stuff or distress, yeah.
Would he run?
I will say this.
Fly, maybe?
He did like water.
Yeah?
He loved water.
Interesting.
Like taking a bath in the water, right?
Yeah. I mean, he liked, giving himself a bath in the water, but also, like, if we brought him in the shower, he loved the shower.
Mm-hmm.
You brought the bird in the shower, huh?
Yeah. We had a special perch for the bird to take into the shower.
So maybe we're onto something. Maybe this bird did want to go scuba diving.
Please tell me you had a girl over one time with this bird in the shower routine that you were doing. No?
No.
Was this before you ever got laid?
When I lived with him, you know.
All starting to add up here. All the Bongo stories are coming together here.
I love birds. I got to tell you when what? But they have like, especially those green parrots and the cockatiels, the white ones. They have such personalities of, one, we could never interview one on the radio. Two, the way that they laugh at humans brings such joy to me. And so a little part of me, with all of the bird accounts I follow, thinks that bird may love this.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think the bird is like, what's going on?
Don't you think it'd be freaking out right now? Like we would see it just flailing inside of the bird tank?
How can it? The bird tube that it's in to scuba dive underneath the ocean, this parrot is in a tube literally the size of the parrot. It can't really do anything inside there.
It looks like one of those pneumatic tubes from the bank.
It has a lollipop tube?
This is what happens when humans try to humanize their pets. And they're like, I know what Bongo wants to do.
It's an impressive little system, though.
It's working. Yeah, the thing doesn't die. That's great. But I don't think your bird wants to do this. I think maybe we could keep the birds out of the scuba equipment. Let's keep the humans in it. Humans like to do that kind of stuff. And I think that's fantastic. But give us your thoughts. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. Let's get to a couple of emails real quickly. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Scott emails the show. Scott says, just picking you up in Rochester, New York. Well, thank you, Scott. He says, great to hear you up here. Wife and I have been fans for a long time, way before you were on WHAM. That's a news station over there in the area. Thank you for tuning in, Scott. Appreciate that. Pez emails the show. Oh, boy, Pez. I'm just glancing at this email now. He says, the neighborhood church is blocking my Wi-Fi. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Hello, weird question. I live next to a church, and I've had my Wi-Fi hub router as P-word farts, C dumpster, etc. for the longest while. Well, I think they've erected some kind of Wi-Fi jammer. I can't prove this, but when I enter my kitchen or bathroom facing the church, my Wi-Fi is blocked. Every device just craps out, and I live in a shoebox. I can't prove my theory. You have a bunch of tech support. Can I somehow prove this and get them to remove whatever BS anti-Wi-Fi crap they have going on? He says, I get they don't want their kids seeing the P word or the C word, but these C words are tax-free pariahs. He says, I'm an atheist and F these people. Wow, atheists still out there trying to win hearts and minds.
I mean, there's one way to test it out. Change just for a day or two your Wi-Fi to something like, I love Jesus, 69, or he is back, he is risen, whatever numbers, and see if you're unblocked, because then you can verify. That
I feel like we talked with Mo one time because there is a question in there, and it's like, can you block somebody else's Wi-Fi?
You're not supposed to. I don't
think you're allowed to do that.
It's illegal. So if the church was indeed found to be blocking Wi-Fi using some sort of jammer or device like that is illegal.
Are those expensive too?
I don't know. I've never bought one. But the other thing is, if you were to go after the church for this and say like, hey, they're blocking my Wi-Fi, you might be exposing yourself to some sort of not criminal, but some sort of violation, because there could be an argument that it would be illegal to have obscene things as your Wi-Fi name.
Is it?
Really? Yeah, really?
Put on the Mo list. I've never heard
That's
that.
weird, because that's like you're doing this within your own space, but your space is crossing over into somebody else's potentially.
You're broadcasting a signal into the air that has bad words. I mean, we're not allowed to do that.
That's true.
I mean, okay, we have ways of, like, when we play a song on the radio station, the title and artist gets sent with the signal, and like many of the cars that can hear this right now decode that signal and display it on your screen. Yeah. If I put a bunch of F words on there, I think we would be in violation.
Well, try it out.
Just because you didn't hear it.
Yeah, do it.
Export comment.
Put F words on everybody's dashboard right now, C-Lane. Let's see. There's only one way to test it. We can ask Mo questions. Sure. Yeah, we can do that. But
especially from the comfort of our homes when we get in trouble.
I'm in might as well territory. You do it, and I'll take the blame. I'll be honest with you. I'm of the mind that I do that. Yeah, you do it, and I'll take the blame. I'll put it out there publicly. Go for it. I'm looking at the jammers, and they do sell them, jammerspro.com, the Wi-Fi jammers, and they're between $600 and $950.
So if they bought a jammer, I imagine that came from the church donations, whatever budget they have.
I have no idea. I don't even
Catholic
know if they
discount.
have one. He doesn't know if they have one. He thinks he's being blocked from his offense. Send your emails.
$900.
I told you, it's expensive. And then you pick the case. You either want the metal case, the plastic case, or the Army Green case.
Army Green.
Oh, now you look official when you get the Army Green case. Tell us what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. We are just getting started. When we come back, we'll get into a little bit of the action going on. Some of the bloopers, too, from the trip around the moon. Just incredible. You can't miss any of this. I got some clips for you, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Download the all-new iHeartRadio app. Make Real Radio.
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. to read you exclusive, Skull Mike exclusive email. But first, stand by. Stand by. Get ready, here we go. DJ Rage with 10 gifted subs. 10 gifted subs. Big, big, big move. On the scoreboard right there, look at that. DJ Rage, thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. I'll tell you, just being completely real with you, it is the best way to support me. Secret shows will stick around no matter what happens with iHeart. And that's the best way to help me with all the stuff that I'm doing around here. So thank you so much, DJ Rage. Shouts out to you. Weird email incoming. Take a look at this. You see, it's like a wall of text. Okay, John says to tips@thenewsjunkie.com, hey, Mr. Junkie. So are you a private contractor or like by the hour or day? It's like your show and they salary contract you? So your vacation days would be paid, time off? Or as a contract, you're already paid, but you're upset with the suits? I was always upset with school teachers telling me what to write and what to say. For instance, 4 studies of the Civil War, the government tells them to teach that Lincoln was a hero, that he freed the slaves. George Washington freed the slaves his father gave him. Okay, I'm going to stand up in class on that? I don't know. We've wandered away from the initial point. He talks about Lincoln for quite a while here. Quite a while. Back to school. Lincoln. Don't let them stop you making your art by leaving. Just thinking we got him. He didn't get us, so they own the station. He says, try to chill, good luck, thanks, just another listener. Just another listener. Okay. I don't know what to make of that. We talked about Lincoln a little bit. This is a bit of a tangent, I think. But yeah, I mean, I do get paid for my vacation days. And even though chat gives me no credit for this, I never take any of them. So I told them I would like to take 14 work days off. And then they said, wait, what? Hold on. They might want to talk about this. And then at about 2 p.m. yesterday, they started freaking. They started panicking. Probably saw those best of numbers. Yikes! All right, here we go.
Mo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. If you're not confused, you are not paying attention. This is the News Junkie.
More about the show by going over to the website. It's thenewsjunkie.com. Thenewsjunkie.com. And I've got a lot of feedback coming in, so we'll get to more of that here in a moment. Fed Up on YouTube says, good grief, Sean. You must be asking for a lot more from the suits if you're that far off the mark. We thought you loved us. LOL. I do love you. It's why I come here every day and do this show, despite the fact that, sometimes I'm swatting at a hornet's nest from time to time. Sometimes it's glorious. Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes I'm exhausted. I know I'm not digging holes here, but it never ends. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, let's go. Let's go. Spin the ball on your finger. Spin the ball on your finger. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. And so, honestly, it would be way easier for me just to take the next 14 days off as I had planned, but they at least did come around my way a little bit. So I told them, all right, we'll chill out. I'll calm down on this, and we'll see if we can make some progress. And on day 70 or so, I think we're going to join back up with the top suits at iHeart. And if we make a deal, we make a deal. But after that, I'll probably just burn everything I have and just stay away. I might be able to wrap up the rest of the contract with that. So we'll see. Right now, we're going to have some fun, and we're going to continue on live for the next couple of weeks and see what develops over that time. So one of the things that's been keeping me distracted that I've absolutely love, and I'm not exaggerating this. I kind of exaggerated my love for the Olympics because I was like, yeah, the Olympics is coming up. And then I didn't watch any of the Olympics at all. I didn't really tune into any of the Olympics. And I go, maybe I don't like the Olympics. Maybe I'm not that into it. Maybe I need it to be live right now, and I'm watching what's going on, and then I'm really invested in the game and want to root for the United States of America. But otherwise, I'm not really into it. But I am into this space thing. I am into Artemis too. It's so cool. It's so amazing to see. I don't know. What like a NASA app?
Yeah,
I'm not watching with that.
There's an app that you can like track where the mission is and like look at the
live feed.
It's not. I'm sure there's links to live feeds when there are ones, but like you can look at where the capsule or where the intelligent what's the thing called integrity
Orion.
Yeah, you can look at where Orion is on the map of where it's supposed to go, and you can like zoom in and around and you see where the moon was. It was pretty cool.
I found myself a couple times, like especially at night, where I see the moon. I'm like, I wonder what they're doing right now. What they're thinking. I know, obviously, science experiments, data that they're collecting, but there's also a lot of downtime, I imagine, right? In this little capsule?
They have them working a lot. They really, really, really have them working quite a bit. And for Easter, they were like, what should we put on the TV? And they put the NASA feed on, and it's just them. And this tiny little capsule, and they're just floating around further away at that moment than any other human being ever. And seeing the photos in the video of the other side of the moon with the Earth kind of rising over it was just unbelievable, man. It's so cool. Sam on YouTube says, my kid's teacher had them watching it in class yesterday. That's great. I think that's really cool. I think they should do that kind of stuff.
There's something eerie about the live stream we watched yesterday because they have a couple little feeds. They have a couple cameras that they can pick from. And the one that they showed the most, you can see the side of the Orion, and the NASA logos on it. NASA, brilliant with branding. They put that NASA logo everywhere where they know it's going to catch eyes.
Yeah. Not just the NASA logo, other logos too.
Did you see the Nutella floating in perfect form?
I don't know if they're doing product placement in space, but maybe.
But it worked out.
But and then you saw the moon, right, in the view.
Yeah.
And it looked like nobody was moving. They were going like 1,000 miles an hour, and it just looked because it was so far away that the moon was barely getting bigger.
Yeah. The craziest thing to me is when they did the loop around the moon on the dark side of the moon. At one point, just think about this for a second. Now, the moon is moving. See, like, how fast is the moon moving? How fast is the moon rotating the Earth? I forgot what the speed is. But just so you know, the moon isn't sitting still there as this capsule, the Orion capsule, is headed out towards it at 1 billion miles an hour and stuff. No, the moon is also a moving target that they're trying to go around because the moon is moving itself.
Which made this so scary because they had to be there at the perfect point or they would just go off into space forever, never seen again.
Right.
They had to rely on the math of all these geniuses over at NASA to say, like, hey, are we really coming back? I sure hope so.
The moon orbits the Earth at an average speed of 2,288 miles an hour.
Nice.
Whoa.
So the moon up there is cooking at 2,000 miles per hour. And then these astronauts fling around the moon. Get this. They go around the moon, and at one point, when they're really catching speed, They're going 25,000 miles per hour in the Orion space capsule. 25,000 miles per hour hurtling through space around the moon. Just chilling like it's nothing. Just chilling like it's no thing. And here's what Sabrina was talking about. There's so many of these things that seem like space product placement. There's Nutella just floating through space.
With full label.
Label.
Full label.
Label out. The Nutella just floating through the spacecraft here. No big deal.
Reed Wiseman and Jeremy Hansen will be up first to capture...
I mean, I don't know if Nutella could just take this and make it a commercial, but you should.
Or Nutella's like, we did not give you permission, so you're going to have to blur that out.
They loved it. No, I think they posted, I don't know if I saved this as well. Nutella posted it afterwards. And they go, so glad to be up at the space station. And then as the astronauts are going around the moon, they have the scariest part. They're going 50,000 miles, or not 50,000, 25,000 miles per hour. Artemis 2 and the crew are cruising at 25,000 miles per hour. And in this one particular spot, for a handful of minutes, they lose contact and communication with mission control.
Wasn't it like 40?
It's about 40 minutes total, right? They're going 25,000 miles an hour and they lose contact with mission control. Now, not only can nobody help them and nobody do anything about it, but they're on their own. And that's why I thought the moment when they came back was pretty amazing. Let's listen.
Their tasks for lunar flyby did not stop as they went behind the moon and out of contact with us. We anticipate during that time they were attempting to image some impact flashes, short-lived flashes on the lunar surface, which would be caused by impact bombardment.
Still doing work.
Potentially even lofted lunar dust. Right now, of course, they are getting pictures of Earthrise.
Here they come.
After this target, they will get a short observation break. It's about an hour long, actually.
Houston, integrity, comm check.
Integrity, we have you loud and clear. Tell me.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Hello?
Houston, we have you the same, and it is so great to hear from Earth again. To Asia, Africa, and Oceania, we are looking back at you. We hear you can look up and see the moon right now. We see you too. When we burned this burn towards the moon, I said that we do not leave Earth, but we choose it. And that is true. We will explore, we will build ships, we will visit again. We will construct science outposts. We will drive rovers. We will do radio astronomy.
Yeah.
We will found companies. We will bolster industry. We will inspire.
Did you say we'll found companies on the moon?
Moon
companies to
Incorporated.
go to the moon, maybe? But part of the whole process, I guess, is what it would be. But they lost contact for about 40 minutes there, as Selim was mentioning.
That's terrifying.
And then they just
gave him time to write that little speech. That's good.
Yeah.
No, they have that ready to go. I wonder how many speeches didn't make the cut.
Oh, I know one moment that did stand out for me was as this was going on. I love that they're doing these interviews as they go out there in space and around the moon and stuff, because the delay is pretty bad. Now, when I first got into radio, I remember they used to do this thing. They don't do it anymore. But way back in the day, I was working for a station at the time called WIRK. It was a country station in West Palm Beach, Florida. And I was like, I don't listen to country music. What am I going to do here? But it was a radio station. And early on in the career, you take whatever job you could possibly get. So country music it is, friends, at WIRK. And at that time, we would have to do a lot of remotes. And the remotes that we do now, very, very different. Basically, C-Lane has to act like an engineer, and we have a tablet that connects via software to the radio station, and we bring mostly our own equipment to, mostly C-Lane's equipment, in fact, out to whatever venue that we go to, and we connect back with the technology. But at that point in time, that's not how you did it. Every radio station had a van. Most of them don't even have these big vans anymore, but they used to have the big creeper vans. And on top of the vans, you had this little satellite. And when you got to your location, there was a crank, and you had to crank your satellite straight up. And that son of a bitch would be probably 20 feet up off the top of the back of this van. They made the van specially so they would be stable with this big satellite up in the air. And then that went back to the radio station where another satellite caught the signal, and then it worked its way into the studio, and then you were live. But you had to know that from the moment you were alive, like there's a delay. There's a delay in that process, and it's a noticeable one. Like if you're talking to somebody and they're out in the field and they're with one of these vans, you would go, "How are you doing?"
Great, like, Sean.
2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4. Oh, I'm doing good. And then if you start talking over each other, things get really weird. I tell you this story about me working at WIRK with the live broadcast van in the satellite, only to tell you, imagine how bad the delay is when the other person that you're talking to is around the moon. All right? It's a real big delay. And it can lead to awkward moments, like, for instance, this.
Yes, but they're very, very proud of you.
This is Trump talking to the astronauts. And he says at some point, he's like, you know, I talked to the leaders of Canada. I talked to the Canadian officials. He's talking about the Canadian astronaut, you know, the tag-along. They're all great, by the way. I'm just messing with it. But the Canadian astronaut is who Trump is talking to. And he's like, yep, you know, I talked to them. They're all so proud of you. And now you have to wait.
Yes, but they're very, very proud of you.
1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000, 7 1,000.
They're clapping at something.
They clapped. They're like grabbing at the microphone, but not going to say anything. You can hear Trump, all right? He's moving around.
God, it's so delicious.
Trump is just waiting for the message to get into space to Artemis people.
Pretty incredible technology if you think about it, though. It's just wild.
You could hear Trump, and he's like moving from room to room. Nothing, right? Silence in transmission right now. Now, at some point here, they think they might have gotten disconnected. And my favorite part of this, they think that they might have gotten disconnected here. And Trump's like, no, I'm still here.
Do you want me to try to book an interview with them? We need 4 segments.
Yeah, it's going to be, we'll just ask all the questions up front and then just have them answer them all at once. The delay is a bit much. But my favorite part of this is Trump, to me, sounds like, you know, when you would talk to your girlfriend on the phone when you were a young kid, and you guys you've been talking for like an hour or 2 hours, and
you just run out of stuff to say.
Yeah, and
you hang up.
It gets quiet. It's like, you still there? Yeah. I'm still here. Trump has this moment. Still silent. Still nothing from space. They're just kind of awkwardly looking around, touching the microphone as it floats around. I think this is where they think they've lost connection with the president. Still nothing.
This is so weird.
Still dead air as they're staring at the cameras.
Yeah, we should have just...
Oh, here we go.
Administrator Alex, I'm going to just get a quick comm check, make sure you guys are still on the line and we didn't have a handover. I am.
Why is that so quick?
He's in like some echoey room, and he's like, I'm still here. I'm still with you after a bit of a delay there in the space talk. Not sure what happened, but something got awkward. It got a little... You have to
anything
really...
that would travel faster? Like if it was text or instead of a live feed?
Probably. You might be able to send a text faster just data-wise, maybe, but... This got awkward and the time went on for a while. And I think that's why, this is why sometimes when you're talking to somebody, you say over afterwards. You're like, they're very, very proud of you. Over.
Or, go ahead, like the old type to text thing.
Yeah, to tell the person like, yeah, now it's your turn. You got to say something right now. And all of this stuff floating around. Now there's like people memeing it. There's somebody saying these deals with NASA, these product placement deals are getting a little bit obvious. Here's one of them.
Good morning, Houston, from inside Integrity. 215,040
It's a scrub daddy.
away from Earth and 12,000
Liquid daddy.
from the moon. Let's actually savor the calm delay that we have. We're ready for the morning DPC.
There's all sorts of stuff just flying by.
We are savoring
Taco Bell back.
Good morning, integrity, and good morning, moon.
One of my favorite moments actually was, I don't know if I could find this in time. Let me try to dig this up really quickly because I think I bookmarked it. One of my favorite moments was, you know how they do a thing where Mission HQ, they play a song each day to wake up the astronauts?
Yeah.
And they'll play like maybe a great space-related song or something. But in this case, they played Chapel Roan and
Pink Pony Club?
They played one of them. I think it might have been Pink Pony Club. And the astronauts are getting awoken by the sounds. And then all of a sudden, they got mad because they cut it off before the break. Like, but before it got to like the key part of the song.
The chorus?
Yeah, they cut
off. That's a letdown.
Oh, hold on. I thought I had this somewhere. Yeah, they started playing this. Is this it? Okay, here it is. Here's the moment where Mission Control tried to play the Pink Pony Club song for them. From HQ. All right, so you know this song. You've probably heard this somewhere at some point in time. And the song is building up. Now we're at the hook. This is the part everybody wants to hear. And if I'm in space, give me a banger hook, man. All right, I want to hear the song hit. I want to really hear it.
Pink pony girl, and you dance at the club, oh mama.
So they're probably rocking right now in Orion.
On the stage in my heels.
Oh, it was right before it.
They faded out. That was right before the key hook. And they got mad. Listen, here's NASA reporting back, or the astronauts. The astronauts got mad that they cut the song off before the chorus got
We were all eagerly awaiting the chorus.
We'll try again next time.
Yeah, they cut them off. What are you doing? What are you doing? You can't do that. Now it's built up in their heads, for God's sake.
Why would they cut it off?
I don't know. They were like, we can't play the whole song, so we're going to stop it right here. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to stop right here. I have a little bit more about some stuff that happened during the Artemis moon mission, and that's been crazy. We got Kanye West getting banned from the UK, and then the festival that he was supposed to be a part of getting canned entirely. We got this SNL drama on the cooker, and boy, oh boy, is there a lot more to talk about. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
AI can predict your behavior. We can barely predict our own.
Hello. Hello. Good to be here today, honestly. It's exciting to be here today. Hey, YouTube. Hey, Twitch. Oh, by the way, thanks to all the people who emailed about getting their merch. I think there were 2 of you where your orders have been sent back to the station, either because you had a problem with your mailbox or because you weren't registered at the address that you left. 2 orders. That's it. So C-Line's going to bring those in when we do secret shows on Friday this week. C-Line's going to bring those in, and then I'll try to send them back out to you. But hey, Kevin. Hey, Double A. Sports says they were scared about getting nuked for the copyright. I wonder if NASA gets a pass. Because could you imagine... NASA wakes up the astronauts with these tunes. It's a tradition, right? And then their stream, the official NASA stream, gets canned on YouTube for a copyright violation, and they can't stream for a week, which would ruin the entire rest of the mission streaming. I don't think YouTube would do that. whoever it was, like whoever the artist was that their song was playing when the NASA YouTube channel got nuked would get a lot of unwanted attention. Secret Shows on Friday. Yes, indeed, Johnny. Secret Shows is on Friday this week. Some scheduling things between, it's either C-Lane or Josh. I don't know which one it is, but some scheduling things this week. Secret Shows will be on Friday. Friday. Secret Show. Night Nurse says, we got our shirts Friday. Love it. Nice. YouTube doesn't have the balls. It would be a real brave move on their part. UK mad? Kanye walked back to his anti-Semitism and apologized? I mean, it seems like kind of, there's like a level of hypocrisy going on there. As far as I recall, I don't think that the Bob Villain guy, I don't think that I don't remember him getting in trouble. And he was like on the BBC stage at the big festival he was performing at. That guy. And that dude hates Jews every bit as much as Kanye did in his Hating Jews heyday. But maybe it's the right kind of Jew hating. Maybe. I don't know. No sound again? I think that might be you. I think that might be you. I'm not seeing any issues on our end. That wasn't Kanye, that was Ye? Yeah. Good luck with separating the two of those. Although, chat, how many of you saw Kanye's sort of surprise concert in California over the Easter break? How many of you saw that? Anybody watch that? Holy shit, it was wild. I watched it at SoFi. Yeah, it was at SoFi Stadium. I've even got the video of one of the guys climbing up on top of the stadium to peek down and look into SoFi Stadium and watch Kanye performing all by himself, which was crazy. I was busy washing my hair. How much could you possibly wash your hair? It was a 2.5-hour show. Nope and never will? Really missing out, man. I was there for the watch party and TNJ Chat 2.0, fun stuff. Man, it was crazy good show. That stage was really cool. Nope, not a fan of him? I mean, how do you not like at least one of those songs, for God's sake? You know his old stuff still stands up? Oh, God. Not gonna lie, the watch party feature is cool. It is. When there's something going on and you can just pop up a watch party over on TNJ Chat, it's awesome. It's dope. It's banging. It's crack-a-lacking. This is what the iHeart suits wanted to keep from you. We can't let them do this. We can't let them win. All right, folks, we're coming back. We're coming back. Stand by.
Sean Patrick, getting you caught up on the biggest stories.
You got some interesting scenarios here.
Then find your favorite baseball team hitting the diamond.
Grand slam from Mookie Betts.
Or dive into mock draft season with NFL Daily.
We know Mendoza's going number 1. Who do you have at number 2?
From NBA and NHL playoffs to the draft podium, we've got you covered. Open the iHeartRadio app, search sports, and listen now.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
If you're not confused, you are not paying attention. This is the
is live today, believe it or not. For now, hope you're doing okay out there. Welcome into the world's most viral newsroom. Learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. Big thank you to DJ Rage for the 10 gifted subs over at thenewsjunkie.com. Gifted subscriptions to secret shows. Appreciate that. I think there might be 1 or 2 left. And also Sean Patrick's Day for the gifted sub. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You can learn more or claim one of those gifted subs on the website, thenewsjunkie.com right now. Lots of emails coming in and a lot of people commenting about stuff we've discussed so far. In fact, this one is somebody talking about that email. Somebody sent in an email saying they were using very offensive Wi-Fi names to troll the church that is nearby, including lots of very sexualized content. And they said they think the church is blocking their Wi-Fi signal. And this email says the church is most likely not using a jammer. Besides being illegal, it would, of course, mess up their own network while doing this. Most likely the emailer's network is just bad, which very well could be the case.
Yeah, need to get a little mesh system.
Yeah, this may just be that you're not doing a great job at your own system over there. While you're trying to offend the folks at the church.
I did some follow up on that with ChatGPT about whether or not you're allowed to have naughty words on your Wi-Fi name.
Yeah,
and it said your Wi-Fi network name is considered a form of speech.
Really?
So in the U.S., profanity by itself is typically protected under the First Amendment, which is not going to get you in trouble for being profane, but. And we actually have talked about, we did have a story where this got somebody in deep trouble. Situations where the SSID could cross a legal line would be threats or harassment. Remember the guy on the plane that had like the Wi-Fi name that said bomb on plane or something like that?
Yeah.
It said,
he definitely got in trouble for that. I remember the story.
It said names like I will hack you, which that doesn't even sound like a great threat, but I will hack you or anything implying violence or targeting a specific person could be interpreted as a threat or harassment. That'll fall under local or state laws, not free speech protection. Extremely explicit sexual content could potentially run into issues under obscenity law, but it's rare and dependent upon context.
Somebody says on YouTube, he said he had those Wi-Fi names before the church was there. They're not to offend the church. I don't remember. Maybe he did say that. He might have mentioned that he had them previous to all of this. But
also just a weird brag that you have that as your Wi-Fi name.
Yeah. What happens if somebody comes over and they want to access your Wi-Fi?
He has no problem telling them.
No,
he
come
thinks
on.
It's so funny.
It's like filthy C-word sexualized terms. And yeah, I mean.
P-fart, something like that?
It's not something I haven't seen. Like, I could probably pull up the Wi-Fi on my computer, and I'm sure somebody in my neighborhood has something moderately funny, although there's a little more space between the houses around here. I remember when I
think my neighborhood has more just like the gimmicky fun ones.
Yeah,
like
not your Wi-Fi.
Like FBI surveillance van, porn studio, pretty fly for a Wi-Fi.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Oh, it's all the same ones in all of the places over and over and over again. I remember when I lived downtown in a high rise, you would pop up your Wi-Fi and there would probably be, God only knows how many people lived in the building that I lived in. There would probably be 40 or 50 options, maybe more, of Wi-Fis that you could be accessing. And so many of them had either funny or offensive names or I can hear you having sex, or like a message to the neighbors and whatever, like all different stuff that you would put on there. So maybe they were doing that beforehand. Either way, come on, find better ways to fight against organized religion, friend, if that is what you were doing. Hey, real quick, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I'm so weirded out. I said Hollywood has made a choice with this. They have made a choice. What are they doing? And I have so many bigger stories to get into, but this has grabbed my attention, especially burning a day yesterday, taking a day off in protest. I go, no way. It's not out yet, but somebody keeps posting about how there's a new show coming out on Peacock, and it's got Elizabeth Banks in it, and it's called The Miniature Wife.
Okay.
Have you seen the trailer yet?
I haven't seen the trailer, but I saw somebody who I think they reviewed it. Hold on. Okay.
It's bad.
Somebody says, I was given advanced access to the Miniature Wife show, and I can confirm that 1, yes, he tries it, and 2, she dies.
Spoiler alert.
I don't know. That's probably not true. That's probably just trolling, just like the Wi-Fi name. And it's about like a guy, like Honey, I Shrunk My Wife, basically, is what they've come down to. And it's got the wife on a toy train with a megaphone so that he can hear her big, real-sized husband, and she's in a little teeny wife, and it's so weird. It's such what a weird
gas
premise.
is $6.55 there.
That too, yeah. You can see the mobile gasoline for $6.55 underneath the Miniature Wife poster. But what so strange. Hollywood is gone a little too far.
I hope they do it better than whatever his face was when he was shrunk.
Oh, Matt Damon?
God, I hated that movie.
That didn't go over very well. Then I watched a show for a little while before it went like all weird political and stuff. There was a show about a dude who got really big. Like it wasn't like big with Tom Hanks, but it was this guy, and he something happened. He got really big all of a sudden. He's like 20 feet tall or whatever. And they only went about 2 episodes or 3 episodes of that in before they got to like, hey, what if you have sex with a normal sized woman? And all the bits from that. And I'm like, this is 100% what they're going to be doing. She's going to be hugging it like a tree. 100%. This is happening at some point in The Miniature Wife on Peacock. 1 billion% even. I will go as far to say.
We started watching Love Overboard last night.
Oh my God, it's so cheesy.
I love it.
What is it?
It's so
where they
cheesy.
send the people who don't have partners to work, right?
Yes, but they make them walk the plank when you get voted off of the show.
Hilarious.
They're like, walk the plank. And they're on a yacht, but the yacht they're on isn't big enough to make walking the plank funny. So they have like a giant ship that pulls up, and there's a plank off of the ship, and they just walk.
Wait, the plank's not on the same boat?
I think it's on a different one. I'm not sure. All I know is that the woman who's the host is like, oh God, she's grating to me. And
it's Gabby from the Bachelorette.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But the show, it was good, like background television. It was cornball, but I mean, that's kind of what I was expecting, I guess. In the moment.
It's pretty funny at how just terrible it is.
Yeah, we were talking about a show like this for Easter. And we said, it's so funny. If you go back to the first seasons of The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, some of those couples are still together. Because at that time, people legitimately actually wanted to meet somebody and fall in love and start a family and have kids and stuff. And some of those couples are still together because that's what they wanted there. Now, none of them actually want to get together with anybody.
And
they
Love
want to be
Island
on
is
the
doing
show.
a whole spinoff as well with the most, controversial, at least most watched season yet. They're going to do After the Villa, and it is all the couples and how they're not together and their juicy secrets. And I rolled my eyes, but I also added it to the queue because
I think they did the After the Villa thing last year, but I didn't know any of the people. But like now the last season of that, I saw enough good drama that I was like, oh, okay, all right. Anyhow, bad television in a kind of good way sometimes. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Dublin Museum is catching heat for a very questionable waxwork that has now joined the ranks of worst celebrity wax figurines of all time. This week's edition of That Wasn't on My 2026 bingo card, Trick Daddy has a beef with Alpha Kappa Alpha. Plus, we bid adieu to a music legend and pioneer who put the boots in the cats. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's...
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. Welcome in. Welcome in. See emails, tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. Thoughts. Sean, while I understand that iHeart Corporation has requested your return to host the live show for the next 2 weeks, I'm concerned this may be a precursor to seeking a replacement or that your employment could be terminated at will. I believe Florida operates under an at-will employment doctrine. On a serious note, I sincerely hope you achieve your desired terms, including the continued protection of the News Junkie. See. Thank you for the email. Appreciate. Yeah, I mean, if they were looking to hire somebody else to replace me, it wouldn't be to replace me in this circumstance. The show would move with me. I would move my product, my creation, along with me and continue doing the News Junkie, which I own, which is my creation. Just probably in another place with another company that wants to give me more support than I'm looking for. But it wouldn't be like, oh, now there's another News Junkie now. It's like, it would be a different show entirely. And they could, without a doubt, I would be surprised if they weren't looking for somebody. I would be kind of surprised if they weren't. Meep says, I doubt Sean cares if he's fired at this point. I don't really. It would probably be a fine trajectory for me overall. All right, back in just a couple minutes with the next episode. Second half of the show, fired up and ready to go. Can we get an Amy K makeup day? Amy K, she was off yesterday anyhow. It was her birthday yesterday. You didn't know? I bet you don't even know whose birthday it is today, do you? I'll wait. Abraham, I have gotten several, actually. Abraham, I have gotten several. Just so you know, okay? Anybody know whose birthday it is today? Huh? It's the 1-2 punch. Amy K, birthday on Monday, and then somebody else's birthday is today. Jack Bradshaw, you got it. Happy birthday to Jack Bradshaw. Jack Bradshaw, honest to God, the man is holding on to his youth. Whatever he's doing, whatever you're doing, Jack, stick to the routine. It is working brilliantly. You look great. You look young. You're fighting the good fight. Whatever that is, you're doing it. You make 53 look good, somebody said. Crazy. 59? He's not 59. I don't know how old he is, but he's not 59. 53 might be right. If that's right, that's crazy that he's 53. All right, 1 minute. We're coming back. I have time for a haircut or pedicure Saturday morning. Which do we think is more important? Obviously, haircut is more important. Because more people are going to see your hair. How many people are going to be seeing your feet? Obviously, you got to get your hair cut. I need to do that as well. Sean is only 2 years older than Jack. I'm not taking the bait, okay? I'm not, no. No. I got enough problems. Got enough problems in my world. Not taking that bait, baby. Somebody says Jack is 57, then somebody else says Jack is 59. What am I supposed to make of that? Stand by.
Listen to Mostly Human on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Mostly Human and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
This is the Duke's country song. It's a song about Duke's mayo. Says here it's got twang. That sounds good. Get Duke's mayo in store. It's got twang.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 104.1.
We'd tell you to check out the app chat room, but those people are weird and mostly naked. This is...
So good to be with you. And we'll get into the next episode here in just a moment on the show. Learn more about everything happening around here over on the website. That's at thenewsjunkie.com. Want to say happy birthday to our friend Jack Bradshaw. And it's Jack Bradshaw's birthday today. For those of you who know the station and know Jack Bradshaw, they're very confused about how old he is, which I don't blame you. Somebody says Jack's 57. Somebody says Jack's 59. Somebody else said Jack is 53. I don't know which one of those are correct, but it all leads you to the same place. He looks fantastic for his age. He just really does. And I don't know if he's AARP yet. I don't know, how far along the train he is, but I know he looks great. Got a full ass head of hair, kind of mind blowing, kind of obnoxious in a way.
You jealous?
I mean, I'm jealous of how young he looks for his age, because I feel like when I get to whatever age Jack Bradshaw actually is today on his birthday, I'm not going to look as good as he does. Maybe not even now, That's the sad part of it. Maybe I've already surpassed that now. He's 59. I'll be 58, and he's a year older. That's crazy if he's 59. That's outlandish and
let's put him on the air.
Just wild to me that if he is. Anyhow, happy birthday to you, Jack Bradshaw, program director at our home radio station here. Time to get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV. You can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Let's make the room stank.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don, thatmortgageguyDon.com, and the Home Loans Radio Show. If you are looking to buy your first dream home, maybe refinance the home they already own, debt consolidation, see what it is to start a business or expand your business, work with someone who's got your back. He's an expert, but he's also a friend you could trust. And he made his website very easy to navigate through. It is chock full of information. If you got a question, direct access to Don himself. So start the process today with the man, the legend, that is That Mortgage Guy Don.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
'Twas a mere 28 years ago, 1998. This guy right here.
George Michael?
Yeah.
George Michael's right. Point to Sean. Thank you. 98. George Michael was arrested in a public Beverly Hills restroom for indulging, and I quote, in wacky wacky.
Okay.
That's what they called it?
That's what they called it. And
Wait, who's they? Who is the they we're speaking of?
the people. The
Who
good
is the
people who
people?
don't want to say gay bathroom sex. It's just wacky wacky. And from Wacky Wacky to Wacky Tobacco on the same day, but just 17 years ago, one of the actors from this...
Harry Potter.
Yes, that is correct. Was it my clue?
No, I finally heard the song.
I thought you were doing the one where he's the Michael Scott. What's his name? Is the news guy?
Anchorman?
Is it Anchorman where he's like?
Oh no, that was Bruce Almighty.
Bruce Almighty. That's what I thought you were doing.
And
Bruce
Jim
Almighty.
Carrey.
Yeah. Well, Jim Carrey was the one like making him do.
It was 2009 that Harry Potter actor Jamie Waylett, who played the Hogwarts student Vincent Crabbe, arrested for, of all things,
reefers.
Marijuana. Oh. Yeah, wacky tobacco. He was pulled over, found 8 bags of marijuanas, and then they raided his house and found 10 cannabis plants.
Oh, my God.
If only they had that invisibility cloak. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Harry Potter fans. He pled guilty, got off with just 120 hours of community service. And there you have it. Someone who can no longer service the community because they are dead. We bid adieu to James Gadsden, who has passed at the age of 86. Now, you may not know him by his name, but boy, do you know him by his beats. Veteran drummer whose playing shaped some of the most recognizable soul, funk, and disco records is now doing some soul, funk, and disco in heaven. They say he was born in Kansas City in 1939, started in school music programs, served in the Air Force, which might find themselves in an airport of some kind. But he was also behind songs including Lean on Me,
All right,
Dancing Machine, this song right here.
I Will Survive?
Yes.
I Will Survive, Gloria Gaynor.
Don't Leave Me This Way, and later in his career played on releases by Beck, Justin Timberlake, D'Angelo, and Harry Styles. Drummer with a deep groove, control, and lasting impact on rhythm sections. May he rest in peace. And now we move on to those that are alive and not performing in the UK. And of course, I speaketh of Kanye West. Now, the first thing that I had pulled over the weekend was that Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. I can't say that without St. Louis, Missouri. It was the latest sponsor to withdraw from the upcoming Wireless Fest after Kanye was announced as the headliner. Now, according to a report from the Wall Street Journal, Budweiser and Beatbox, both owned by Anheuser-Busch, were previously listed as sponsors of the Wireless Fest. However, they confirmed early this morning no longer participating as a sponsor, and this development makes them the fourth major brand to exit the event following the headlining announcement. In addition,
it's weird. Beatbox had no problem with Juvenile, you know.
And boy, did we get messed up.
Sponsor one of our events. No issues over there.
PayPal's out. Diageo. What's Diageo?
More liquor brands.
Oh, gotcha. They ended their involvement. And Pepsi Max presents wireless. I believe Pepsi is also out. So now
it doesn't matter who's out. They canceled the whole thing.
That was the next update there for you. The rapper formerly known as Kanye West has now taken down the entire fest of Wireless Festival. That was supposed to happen in July. And after all the backlash, especially with the anti-Semitic remarks, even though he said Jonah Hill convinced him to like the Jews again, they have canceled the entire thing. UK would not be conducive to the public good if they continued on with this festival.
This is so dumb. I don't know why they did this. I don't know legitimately why they would cancel this festival.
Well, did they see a lot of people wanting their money back?
Kanye West has to apply for a visa, right? The travel visa will allow him to go into the UK and then perform at the Wireless Music Festival or whatever the hell it's called. He was denied the visa, right? So the UK decided we don't want this guy for whatever reason, and we're not going to let him in here to perform. All the festival had to do was, on account of he's not going to be able to be here anyways, his performance has been canceled, and the festival will continue on without him. I don't know why they would cancel the whole thing.
They lost so many sponsors. I mean, If you see that many pull out, then do they have any other choice? Where are they going to get the monies?
I mean, they make money from tickets. That's from ticket sales, which they already sold.
But just tickets are not going to fund the whole thing. Sponsors seem to play a heavy part of this wireless fest.
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea how much they're making from sponsors.
So there you have it. Prime Minister Keir Starmer called the booking deeply concerning. Health Secretary Wes Streeting said that Ye should absolutely not play at the festival. Boom, no more fest. And finally, I'm going to have to leave you with this. I sent you the picture in the group chat, Sean. But we now have another nominee, or perhaps just in the Hall of Fame of worst celebrity figurines of all time. I present to you Taylor Swift in a Dublin wax museum.
I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah, what are they complaining about?
They're saying that her boobs are a little distracting, first and foremost.
Maybe.
That was a replica of the star performing in the Eras Tour, so I believe that's like a matching dress or something.
Were her boobs distracting in the Eras Tour?
I don't think they were. I don't think they're that big, which is fine. She has a great personality and beautiful voice, but once the picture started circulating on social media, many Swifties flocked to mock, to say they have created an absolute dumpster fire. One penned, who keeps getting paid for making these extremely poor wax statues? And now they're calling her a victim to the very questionable wax work here in, not here, but over there in Dublin. It depicts her performing, like I said, and is it disrespectful? One person said it looks like a cheap sex robot, and I don't 100% disagree. It kind of looks like a sex doll to me.
I mean, they all do, don't they? They all kind of look like sex dolls because they're wax dolls.
Some of the Madame Tussauds ones look pretty lifelike.
But if you walked through this museum, wouldn't you go, okay, well, that's Taylor Swift?
I think so.
Tay with the boobies.
I would not. Her boobs are fake anyways, are they not?
I don't think that she has implants. But
I think she does.
It made headlines, so that's why I put it on the next episode.
I think they had to put this one up after they got a bunch of backlash for putting up a Sinead O'Connor wax figure, and people got pissed about that. So they're not doing great with the public opinion right now.
Because she's dead.
On the Boob Tube, we have got more basketball, baby. Good luck to the Celtics, the Hornets, the Suns, and the Rockets. Have fun, boys. First season finale of Best Medicine on Fox, Daredevil Born Again on Disney+, and you can catch Oprah Winfrey on Colbert. Follow your dreams with me on Instagram, @SabrinaAmbra, and most importantly, say it with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Sport Johnson says, I think they were pulling the switcheroo at that festival. If his visa would have been granted, I think they would have still had the show, but now they're trying to save face and cancel. I just don't understand the strategy there. Like, usually you make your money off of ticket sales, going off of doing events and selling tickets myself. And usually that's where you make your money. And like, I get it. I get why some people would still be against Kanye performing, and he's going to have some problems still working his way in and getting people to forgive him and stuff, and think that, he's like changed who he is and stuff. But if he can't get there and your country has said that he's not allowed to go to begin with, it seemed like an easy way around it. Like, for everybody, you can be like, all right, blame the country. The UK won't let him in. And that's that. Anyways, that's what I thought was weird about them canceling the whole festival where this Kanye West performance was going to have. I will tell you, I didn't know this was going to happen, but on Saturday night, Friday night, I don't know what night it was, when out of nowhere they started streaming on YouTube that Kanye show at SoFi Stadium in California. We watched the whole thing. It was amazing. Like, it was a really, really good show.
Did he do How Hitler?
No, he does not do any of that music. He did a lot of his hits. He did the Bully album, which is the #2 album in the country right now, I guess. Performed a bunch of the songs off of that, and then performed. I forgot how many hits the guy has. He has more hits than I think almost anybody else. He had more songs, just like boom, 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 one after another, where you're like, damn, that's
Did he
right,
play any of them in full, or was this typical of a rap concert where it's like verse, chorus, next song, verse, chorus, next song?
He played a lot of them, pretty much the majority of the thing. I think sometimes they'll cut it a little bit short. But it was the stage and everything was crazy cool. It was a really great performance. And people, I guess, are missing out on that at this UK event. Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. When we come back, we'll get into your thoughts. Also, a very strange controversy is brewing around Saturday Night Live. We have to talk about this. We got more updates on a couple of controversies that have been floating around. I've got audio out of Tennessee that is so crazy you're not going to believe it until I hit play and you hear it enter your eardrums. All that and more coming up next on the News Junkie.
Make Real Radio 104.1 #1 on your presets on our all-new iHeartRadio app and get cool stuff at Real Radio events. Get the app for free in your app store.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. Chaos says he did 45 songs. Did Kanye really do 45 songs? Is that true? I'll have to have Celine look that up. Look up the playlist. Hello?
Hey.
Hey.
I threw away all the leftovers.
Okay.
Do you want me to throw away the cake or do you want me to save it?
I think I probably feel the same way you do about it. I don't want you to throw away the cake, but I do want you to throw away the cake.
Okay. I'm gonna throw it away.
It's delicious, and I will eat it, and I don't want to eat it.
Okay.
Okay. Were you okay driving out there?
Yeah.
Okay. You're a woman driving, so I just thought maybe that might be a
Yeah,
problem.
most women aren't very good at driving, but I am.
Yeah, I think you're one of the worst I've ever seen in my life.
That's not true. Like,
You wanna fight about it?
encountered someone that doesn't know how to use a fucking roundabout again. I
Wanna
don't
fight
know
about it?
what's...
Why are you always screaming at somebody in a roundabout?
I wasn't screaming at them, but when you're in the roundabout, you have to keep going. That's the whole part.
But shouldn't you know that Americans don't know how to use roundabouts, so you should expect that they don't know how to use roundabouts?
They should learn.
But they're never going to. You're the only one that knows how. You just have to accept that. You understand how a roundabout works. They're idiots.
The person to your left has the right of way. Once you're in the roundabout, you have to continue going. That's all you need to know.
I know that you understand the correct rules, but they are idiots.
Yeah.
How are we supposed to change them from being idiots? Okay.
All right.
Bye. Toodaloo. Sean is about to get his ass kicked? Maybe. If he played 45 songs, that is wild. I don't know. There's not too many people that have the number of hits he has. 90 seconds. Backstreet Boys have a lot of hits? I don't think the Backstreet Boys have more hits than Kanye West. If this is a competition. I mean, Backstreet Boys do have quite a few songs, especially for a boy band. And you know what? As a result of that, they get to do something like perform at the Sphere in Vegas. And I will say, I'm not much of a Backstreet Boys fan, but they are performing to much acclaim. Like, that is a popular show at the Sphere, the Backstreet Boys. Best concert ever? Look, I've heard it from more than you. Taylor Swift played over 40 songs on her last tour. Well, other than Kanye West, Taylor Swift has like so many singles and hits, it's ridiculous. Stand by, we're coming back. Okay. Here we go.
$1 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Pick up your phone and text the word TRUST right now to 20129. That's TRUST to 20129.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening to the new.
Craig emails the show. Craig says, I have some thoughts. And so do a lot of people via email. And I have to tell you, Craig, I love that your email, I could just take a glance at it right here, and I can tell that I'm going to understand it, and it's going to make sense. Because my inbox, the more this show spreads around, my inbox is filling up with more crazies than has ever been filling up with. I got to tell you. I mean, I will show you some of these. Some of the people emailing, and like somebody emailed me earlier, and please don't shoot me to this person. Please, I don't want to be shot. I got so much more to do. I'm just getting started here. I have so much more to do. This person sent me an email about the contract stuff that somehow veered into Abraham Lincoln and assassination. And
all right.
Like 400 questions. So I'm on the receiving end of a lot of feedback at this point in time. And some of it's great. The vast majority of people are cool and awesome and support it and love the show, et cetera, et cetera. And then you got some crazies and weirdos. Some of you live, I'll be honest with you, rent-free in my head. Like one of the people this weekend who I saw posting all over with the social media discussion about the iHeart contract deal, somebody was mad, and they go, I'll tell you why iHeart's not going to give the News Junkie a contract. Because he doesn't promote the station enough. He doesn't promote the station enough, and that's why iHeart is not going to make a deal with him, and they won't give him any money moving forward. I'm like, I'm used to fan fiction, but what a weird line to draw in the sand. Like, you're mad that I'm not giving the station enough promotion? That would make you happy if I did that? I don't know how to please some of you people. It's very, very strange. Now, some of you are just like political, and then the political stuff makes you like nasty, angry weirdos. And that's fine. I get it. I want you to be happier. I want you to go out and, touch grass and enjoy the world and stop being such a miserable political pirate. But generally speaking, everybody was really, really nice and had a lot of nice things to say. And at least Craig is coherent. So Craig says, thoughts. Sean, while I understand that the iHeart Corporation has requested your return to host the live show for the next 2 weeks, I'm concerned this may be a precursor to seeking a replacement or that your employment could be terminated at will. I believe Florida operates under an at-will employment doctrine. Oh, so true. So true, buddy. So true. I believe Florida operates under an at-will employment doctrine. And not only that, there's a lot of people in radio that think that they're protected by their contract. Another little secret, I'm the only one who would tell you all these secrets about the radio industry. Told you the secret about how there's no such thing as requests. I've told you a million different secrets over the years. If you hear prank calls on a radio show, they're fake. Not, you guys don't know. There's a show I listen to. They still do the prank call. If you hear prank calls on a radio show, War of the Roses, I don't care what they call it, they're fake. The FCC does not allow you to do prank calls. You can't record people without their knowledge, and you can't record people and then tell them afterwards. So therefore, anything you hear where the person's pretending like they don't know that they're being recorded, it's fake. They pay actors to...
Or it's illegal.
or it's illegal, and somebody's just really going wild with it. Like podcasts will do that sometimes. They'll still do prank calls. But the radio shows that you hear is fake. It's all fake, right? But I'll tell you the real stuff and the fake stuff. One of the things that people often think in radio is like, oh, I have a contract. Your contract, in almost every case that I've ever seen in this industry in my entire career, protects the radio station. It doesn't protect you. All right? That's how a contract works, right? So even if you get a contract going, that doesn't mean anything about anything. All it means is that the radio station's protected and they can drag your ass in to do as many shows as you promised to do them. Herein is my problem. My problem is that I want to start burning days if I can't make a deal. I don't want to have to come in here every day. But they made an agreement with me for the next 2 weeks, so I'll do that. I'm a professional. I'll abide by that, and I'll follow the rules as best I can. But even if I did have a deal right now, it still would be at will. Just so you know. Like, if I signed a deal right now, it would still be at will, and they go, all right, woohoo, see you later, partner. Okay, well, that sucks. He says, on a serious note, I sincerely hope you achieve your desired terms, including the continued protection of the show. Thank you, Craig, for the email. Much, much appreciated. Another person emails the show. Kay says, hey, Junkie, I first met Jack back in the Phillips File days. Jack is 59 years old today. Happy birthday, Bradshaw, he says. A bunch of people were emailing about that, so just in case he's out there somewhere.
That is, in fact, true. I looked it up on his Facebook page.
59?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy to me. Honest to God, I'd clock him at... I'm gonna try not to lube him up because it's his birthday or something.
Or
I'm gonna
should
try,
you lube him?
I'm going to try just to be nice about it and fair about it. I would clock Jack. He's our program director for those of you listening elsewhere at our base station in Orlando. I would clock Jack at probably 47. I think that's what I would guess. Like I would, if I had me and Jack lined up next to each other, I would think that we were maybe even close to the same age. He doesn't look anywhere near that old. Good for him. I don't know if he sold his soul or what went wrong.
I bought him a pack of cigarettes so he can finally start looking our age.
Yeah, maybe. It'll catch up quickly.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Jack Bradshaw. Lots of emails were coming across to say that. So we'll see if anything else comes through.
It's weird that they would email us to say that, but
well, I'm sure they'll email him too. He's in still, right? It's just Culver who took the week off.
Yes.
I think Jack Bradshaw working on his birthday. So be extra nice to him today. The text messages will probably still be the same as they always are, but here we go. I want to tell you about this controversy because it's been so interesting to watch. And people have very different takes when they hear the audio that I'm going to play for you in just a moment. But there is an SNL cast member. I'm not mega familiar with her, but her name's Chloe Fineman.
I was wondering, when you said drama at SNL, I was wondering which drama it was going to be.
Oh.
This one's pretty good drama, actually.
She has a recognizable face. I mean, you've seen her in the last couple years.
She's not new. She's been around since 2019. Mm-hmm. So she's been around for, this is like her 7th year on the show?
Yeah.
So I think that's a while as far as SNL goes. It's not, what's his name from Key and Peele?
You mean
not Key and Peele, Keenan, from Keenan and Kel. Keenan has been on there for an absurd amount of time. Which is
like making SNL a career.
He is. Nobody gets to do that. And Keenan does. And Keenan's funny. And I also tell you, if you ever see an interview with Keenan from SNL, listen to it because he's got the juice, man. The guy can tell you stories about working with like all the different generations of SNL because he's been there for so long. He has so many good stories. And he's pretty good at the storytelling side, too. So like him. It's not about him. It's about this Chloe Fineman, a star of SNL. And she's been around for 7 years or so on the show, which strangely enough is longer than the person at the center of this story was alive for when this all came to play. Somebody said, why did they just let her keep talking? Why did they just let her keep talking when she said this? This was for a Vanity Fair video, and this is Chloe Fineman of SNL. This is what's got her in trouble. Here it is.
No, I was fired as a camp counselor.
For hitting on the campers?
No, I pantsed a boy.
Oh, honey, I think you're on a list somewhere.
All right, so already you can see where this is going. She goes, I was fired as a camp counselor for pantsing a boy, I think is what the way she phrased it. So she said, I was fired as a camp counselor for pantsing a boy. Already the people who are doing the interview with her are going, whoa, wait, hold on. What are you doing? We're just getting started. Buckle up.
He wasn't wearing underpants.
Okay.
And then a giant school bus drove by, and they were like, you can't, like, because he would lift my shirt all the time.
What
and
is happening?
It was Berkeley.
How old was the child?
He was like 6.
Okay. I'm just going to stop.
There's so many ways.
I'm going to recap because I know some of you haven't necessarily followed along with all this. She was fired from her job as a camp counselor because she pulled down the pants of a 6-year-old, I believe she said, and the 6-year-old didn't have any underwear on, and the 6-year-old was exposed to a bus or something full of kids. And then she said, it's okay. He used to pull off my top too.
lift her skirt. Either way, both bad. But that is a strange little relationship for
I'll
a
go
counselor
back.
and camper.
I'll go back because I know there was a lot there all at one time. So let me go back just so we could see exactly what she said.
No, I was fired as a camp counselor.
For hitting on the campers?
What is no, I pantsed a boy.
Pantsed him?
Oh, honey, I think you're on a list somewhere.
And he wasn't wearing underpants.
Oh!
And then a giant school bus drove by, and they were like, "You can't," like, because he would lift my shirt all the time.
What is happening?
It was Berkeley.
How old was the child?
Okay, I like how she said, it was Berkeley.
And then everyone's like, "Oh, next question." What does that have to do with Berkeley?
She's going on and on and on, and this guy goes, how old was the child that was at the center of all of it?
He was like 6. No, it was a different time. Like he would be like, "Hey, can I have a hug?" And I'd go to hug him, and then he'd like lift my shirt like a dick. And then I was like, "I'm gonna get back at you." And so we were on a hike, and I was like, "Hey, Ollie, go look over there. It's a hawk." And he looked, and then I yanked his pants down. He wasn't wearing underwear. His little ding-a-ling was out. And then these two twins were like, "Ollie, I didn't know you didn't wear underwear." And then I was fired.
Then I was fired, she said. So a lot there. Now, I know somebody said, oh, well, she must have been younger or something. I forgot how old she said she was.
She was 16.
She was 16?
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, she was old enough to know a little bit better at the time, if that's how old she was. She was 16 years old. The kid was 6. He was taking off her top. She started pantsing him. He didn't have any underwear on. She pantsed him in front of a couple other kids, and then she debuted what is, in the center of all this, I'll have to tell you, a fantastic cartoon voice. She has
two different ones. She played the twins and the 6-year-old. As a former camp counselor for many, many years, never, ever did we find ourselves in those situations.
I think that's probably good. Yeah,
I would hope. I think even when she was a counselor, there was probably some moments, just like her SNL co-cast members, where it is stop talking, no more. How dare you do that?
She just kept going. She kept layering stuff on. Again, this is Chloe Fineman from SNL. She's been around for a while.
I don't understand why she thought this story wouldn't be as big of a deal.
So what does she reveal? Because that was all typed out, right? So she had given the answers already? Is that their whole shtick?
No, I think the card just has the question on it. It says, it says, what job was I hired and fired from? And bonus, why was I fired? And she's answering the question for this Vanity Fair YouTube video. And she just drops this bomb. And somebody says, big deal. Why does anybody care? What? You a pedophile? What? Why does anybody care? Because it's weird and wildly inappropriate and probably not something anybody should be talking about in the way that she's kind of flippantly talking about it. Yeah, like it's probably, even if she was 16 years old. Somebody says it's a bit. Well, what a dumb bit. What a bad idea to go in that direction. This happens every once in a while. I think the same thing kind of happened with Lena Dunham or something, where Lena Dunham, she told some story one time about how she had a little sister and she was like putting rocks inside of her genital area and it was like a whole I forgot the details of that story, but there was another one of these things just like this where it comes up and then the person says the thing and then everybody else goes, what? And they don't think it's that weird. Like maybe you've encountered this at some point in time. Maybe you had somebody like admit to a thing to a group of people and they say it out loud and you go, you just said that like it was way more normal than it is. Like you dropped that bombshell like, ooh, what? I thought it was
going.
Way crazier than than they admitted. And like I could go back to so many parts of it. I could be like, hey, Chloe of SNL fame, just to go back to the beginning part, he used to take off your top, a 6-year-old, and then it was being a dick, so you got back at him. It's very, very weird. Degenerate weirdos on the TNJ chat at the moment.
Well, if she gets asked this question again next year, I'm sure she'll have another story.
I'm sure she's answering a lot of questions right now. There are people who want her fired and stuff, which I think is stupid. It's like, what she did as a camp counselor is
she already got fired.
Yeah,
that was the whole point of the conversation. You know,
true,
you can't. It would be
double cancel.
Ludicrous to fire her for having been fired.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much of a push there is to try to get her fired from SNL in particular. I think that's dumb, just like I think it's dumb when they try to fire everybody else for every dumb reason. But it's also super weird to just drop that so nonchalantly.
Yeah,
let me know what you think.
I didn't know because there was other stuff about SNL over the weekend that it's always the same thing. It's always some Donald Trump joke that nobody liked. And
wasn't it like an assassination joke or something?
I think it was Ford Theater kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know if that's the one you were going with or if it was the Chloe Fineman thing. But that call for her job for this is kind of silly. Also, she's learning her lesson that definitely shouldn't be telling this story anymore.
Yeah, I think she knows, like, well, that was a strange one to throw out there right now.
But
maybe I shouldn't do that.
$5 says the kid who is now 20-something is going to come out and share his side of the story.
Could be. All I know is there was not only that story, and not only the story Sealand said, there was another SNL story. Sealand, did you see this one? This one caught me off guard because I don't even remember what the controversy was about, but the headline I saw said, UK Saturday Night Live controversy. And I said, UK Saturday Night Live?
Yeah,
It's their second episode.
Yeah, they just started.
Oh, did they really? I didn't even know this was good. So they already are finding themselves a controversy? I didn't even know this was real.
Yeah, Tina Fey hosted the very first episode, and they
no way.
Yeah, they it says Saturday Night Live UK has lost the best part of 100,000 viewers since its premiere. Ratings dropped by 42% for Riz Ahmed hosted episode 3. I mean, they built like a whole other SNL. I read somewhere that they might be spending upwards of $3 million an episode. I've only seen Tina Fey's monologue. I haven't actually watched the
But the controversy is that it's bad?
No, that there was a joke on that one too. You can look it up, but I don't remember.
Backlash over crude joke referencing Mark Zuckerberg and Adolf Hitler. Oh, we can't not allowed to joke about Hitler.
I would like to hear the Hitler joke. People are too sensitive.
Remember, they can curse in the UK though, not like us.
Yeah, they did. They do curse on the show. The remark aired during the show's weekend update segment, where co-host Anya Magliano reference reports that Zuckerberg is building a bunker under his California compound. She said, "It's been revealed that Meta billionaire Mark Zuckerberg is building a bunker under his compound in California, and I hope he uses that bunker in exactly the same way Hitler did."
Really?
That's
all right.
I think it's kind of a funny joke.
I mean, it is, but it's
it's amazing what there's things that they'll get upset about in the UK. They got upset about Kanye stuff. He's apologized. And that apparently doesn't ruffle as many feathers. Woo!
100,000 feathers is what you said, right?
I guess so. There's people dwindling in the audience, but that may have been before this joke. Oh, somebody said something that I wanted to fact check on real quick, because they were talking about the Kanye show, which I said we watched the stream of it, and the stage was amazing. It was a really cool show. It was like a very great show. And I was stunned by how many hits that dude has. And just watch a performance that long. And somebody on chat said that Kanye West at the SoFi performance, that he did 45 songs?
I think it was 44 or 45.
44 or 45 songs, which, if that's the truth, that's crazy. Like, that's a lot of songs, number one. Some of them were from the new album, so people didn't know him quite as much.
Some of them he repeated.
Oh, yeah, because he was doing one song, and I think it was doing All of the Lights. He stopped at one point and redid it. There was kind of like bits where the crowd would be really, really into it, and so he would restart it. And it made sense in the overall scheme of the show.
44 listed songs on the set list of the show from over the weekend.
That's crazy. And then somebody said, well, Taylor Swift played 40-something songs. I'm like, yeah, but Taylor Swift is top tier as far as somebody who has that many hits. Like Taylor Swift, there's very few people that have as many hit songs as a Taylor Swift does. He may be up in that category. The Beatles are up in that category.
Beyonce.
There's only so many people. I don't think Beyonce has near that many hits. But there's so many of these people that just play shows now with, that's 44 songs. My God. I think it was like 2.5 hours long. Anyhow, we'll get to your thoughts on this and also talking about cursing. I've got something for you. It could be the end of the show as we know it, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. I'll play it for you. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
Monsters in the Morning.
I don't know, and I can't think of one that.
There's got to be something out there, but it's just really hard.
What?
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
A semi jumped the barrier on I-4 westbound near Osceola Polk Line Road. 2 left lanes are blocked. Eastbound lanes are stop and go as well. It's just very busy getting through that Champions Gate area. Southbound on Florida's Turnpike, 3 right lanes are blocked now. I believe the left lane's only getting by. That's causing some stop and go traffic. Traffic's backed up from I-4. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline instead.
Hello. Welcome back to the season of the show. That's crazy. Have a dumb take. YouTube is that away? TNJ bot dropping bombs. Kanye is like a car crash that you can't look away from. Like live, his voice isn't perfect live, but he does a really good job like recreating the songs. The stage was pretty next level. Like the stage was really, really cool and impressive. They had a couple of glitches here and there. Like sometimes it took people too long to come up the little elevator thing that puts them on top of the planet, you know, on the stage for the performance. But otherwise, it was pretty interesting. However, let's go back to you TNJ chatters who are like, I don't care. A 16-year-old girl, and now she's an adult admitting all of this, pulled down the pants of a 6-year-old who she said would routinely pull her top off. And she pulled down the pants of a 6-year-old in front of other kids, and he wasn't wearing any underwear, and she's engaging in these types of activity. Hand waving that is weird, dude. You better watch your hard drive. You better watch your hard drive. There's a fine line between like, she should be fired from Saturday Night Live. She shouldn't, but she also just admitted to like a super weird thing. And if you don't think it's a super weird thing, what are the rest of us supposed to take from that? What if a 16-year-old boy did this to a 6-year-old girl? True. And the 16-year-old boy was like, you know, she would pants me all the time and I'd be commando. The 6-year-old would do this. And so I pulled up her skirt and another kid saw it. She wasn't wearing any underwear. What a little dick. You would rightfully be a little put off by that. No? What a weird hill to die on. Look at Dispatch Dan go. I was that 6-year-old? Big if true. I bet she was not wearing a bra, the kid lifting her shirt. Kevin says, could she have made it up trying to be funny? Absolutely. Absolutely, Kevin. In fact, that brings me to, who was the guy from, was it Steve Rancizzi or the guy from the sitcom or the show about like betting and your friends and stuff, where he would go around and do interviews, and he said he wanted to be interesting. So he had a story about 9/11 and where he was on 9/11, and he just kept embellishing a little bit more. And then it was interesting. So the next interview, people would ask him, "Hey, I heard you were almost killed in 9/11," and he would just embellish a little bit more, and he got caught up in it. There absolutely is the desire to create clips, the desire to be funny, all of those things. No need to fire her from SNL? Yeah, well, I mean, we agree on that. Kind of like a female teacher versus male teacher having sex with a student. Just to be clear, and I'm getting more and more worried about your reactions and takes, both of those things are bad. Okay? Comedians are just entertaining liars? Yeah, true. Yeah, there's also a guy, he's like a Muslim stand-up who had all these bits about how he was harassed or stereotyped for being a Muslim, and he made them all up. And it was part of his stand-up, and then he kind of tried to pass it off as real. I think that happens a lot. I get it, you know, he's trying to be funny. The two hosts of Weekend Update have written and read out way worse jokes than the Chloe story. Yes, but you're just assuming 100% that this is a joke. She hasn't come out and said it was a joke or a joke gone wrong. And you're saying that the equivalent of her possibly true story is the guys on SNL forcing each other to purposely read things that are so ridiculous and over the line that is where the humor lies. I mean, I think you understand that those are very different, right? 1 minute. Well, now that you put that in the perspective of a 16-year-old boy pulling down a 6-year-old girl's pants, that would be kind of effed, so thank you, that's kind of effed. Yeah, I mean, true, I think most normal people probably think that. Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say so. I haven't watched since Eddie Murphy was on the show. Did you ride to school on a dinosaur? How old are you?
Learn more at weedkillerclass.com or call 1-888-403-8201. If you or a loved one has or had non-Hodgkin lymphoma, even if they've passed, you must register for benefits. That's weedkillerclass.com. 1-888-403-8201. Paid for by the Roundup Settlement.
Wayfinder Life-Changing Travel is back for Season 2. Join us as we explore breathtaking natural beauty and the layered history of destinations around the world.
One of the things that really struck me about my time in Alaska, there's just a more dramatic starkness where the water and the land meet. It really is just a magical landscape.
So come along as Season 2 takes off. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Wayfinder, and listen now.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the
Back and live, for now at least, on a Share the Show Tuesday. That's when you tell somebody about the show, spread the word, tell somebody about the podcast, send a link around, all that good stuff. You can find all the links you need at thenewsjunkie.com. You know, another thing I saw, and I've got some fake news to tackle here in a moment, and of course, in jury duty, there's an incredibly strange piece of audio that I want to play for you in jury duty that if you didn't hear it, you probably wouldn't believe it. But let me cross a couple of things off the list here. And one is, there's been a lot of drama because when a show is leaving, it's not the usual case that the person gets like this big, long goodbye. It happens very rarely. You know, usually the show will just be like canceled out of the blue and then you don't hear from them anymore. But Stephen Colbert, the show is not pulling in enough money. It's not pulling enough viewers. Late night is kind of like, it feels like that's done. It feels like that experiment has run its course. And perhaps some of these people will do other things. And they'll be on streaming platforms with a different type of show, or they'll do a show maybe just on YouTube. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm going to be doing. How do I know what they're going to be doing in a couple of months, right? So Stephen Colbert has had this ride where they have said, look, it ain't working, but you have until, I think, May. See, like, look up what Stephen Colbert's last day is. I think it's May.
Let's see.
It's like a little over a month or something, I believe, but I don't know exactly. But he's got this time, and he's got all these people coming in and fawning over him, and that's good. Go ahead, do your thing.
May 21st would be the last final episode of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
All right, this is what's got me on this. They have just announced what's going to replace Stephen Colbert, and it's weird.
So it's not late night.
It's going to be on at late night.
But, like talk show late night is what I meant.
Well, it's kind of, I'll explain here. It's a little weird. So here's what this story says. It says, this is who is filling Colbert's CBS time slot. It says, Byron Allen has bought a 2-hour late night block and will sell CBS's ad time.
He bought it?
So a brokerage show.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, hold on. Let me bring up the source article on this, the Hollywood Reporter. It says, CBS sets Late Show with Stephen Colbert replacement. Byron Allen's Comics Unleashed. The show, currently airing at 12:35 a.m., will move up an hour the day after Stephen Colbert signs off. It says, after the Late Show with Stephen Colbert ends, as in one day after, CBS will usher in its next era of late night programming. The network will air Comics Unleashed with Byron Allen. I have never heard of this until today. Like, I've literally never heard anybody talking about it.
I think I'd heard the name, but I've definitely never watched it.
Comics Unleashed with Byron Allen will be in the 11:35 p.m. slot beginning May 22nd, followed by another Allen-produced series, a comedy game show called Funny You Should Ask, at 12:35. The Late Show will sign off on May 21st. Comics Unleashed has been airing in the later spot this season and also aired during the 2023 writers and actors strikes. Notably, especially for CBS's bottom line, Allen is buying the time from the network to air the two shows with his company, Allen Media Group. He'll be selling the available ad spots in the 2 hours, and the change will likely see CBS turn a profit in late night for the first time in a long time, I would guess. So two things are weird about this. One, I didn't know that this guy was out there doing his thing. And two, he wants to buy broker. That's what they call it in radio. If you're doing like advertisements, you do a show and it's like an advertisement. It's called brokered programming. Mostly it's on the weekends. Some radio stations will do it at night, different times. They'll sell time to somebody and it'll be what sounds like a show, but it's an advertisement for whatever. So this guy's going to be doing that. He's buying these 2 hours from CBS, replacing Stephen Colbert. He's going to put his own shows on there, and then he's going to sell his own ads in that space.
Is he paying for the time slot he's in now? I mean, has Comics Unleashed in its current time slot always been a brokered show?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
It's a big
I'm not
jump
sure.
in budget, though.
Dwayne on YouTube says, Byron Allen is an entertainment beast, huge influence. And then somebody says, yeah, this is embarrassing for the news junkie. Buddy, you are in La La Land if you think the average person has any clue who this guy is. Okay? You can have, like, this could be zoned into you and, like, you know who this guy is. Well, let's just throw it to chat. Chat, anybody heard of this guy before? Yes or no? Go ahead. Just give us a yes or no if you've ever heard of this guy and his show before. Well, it could have been on for over a decade, but I'm telling you, the average person has no idea who this guy is. No regular person knows what this guy is doing or what's going on. So it's very interesting that this guy is not only doing this, but he's buying the time from CBS. Now get ready to get hit in the face with 5,000 people who have never heard of this person before, so you can realize that you're the outlier here and not me.
Trying to look him up, I do not recognize his face, but when they have on your like standard first page of Google search, it's other frequently asked questions. What was his allegations, or how much did he get from McDonald's? Did you hear about this?
No.
He sued McDonald's for something.
He sued McDonald's, and in a confidential settlement, it gave him upwards of $10 billion, which sounds insane.
Well, he filed for $10 billion.
But they settled at some point, so maybe not $10 billion, but
find out what he sued McDonald's for. This guy is kind of
But he's
That
got the
history.
budget for taking over Colbert, it seems.
If he got some big McDonald's lawsuit money, then he can do whatever the hell he wants.
See, the link is going to Instagram, so I don't trust it all the way.
I'm on his Wikipedia page. First of all, his picture is not on it, so I still don't know what he looks like. And so if your argument in chat is that he's this big, huge guy and we should be embarrassed not to know anything about him, he should be important enough to have his own picture on his Wikipedia page.
Yeah, I mean, there's just no question about this. Most people have no idea who this guy is. You're an outlier if you have.
But the lawsuit against McDonald's in 2021, he filed a $10 billion lawsuit through his company, Allen Media Group, alleging the McDonald's hamburger chain discriminated against black-owned media companies in its TV advertising budget.
Yeah.
You can sue for that? Allen's suit alleged the practice of buying ad time on media outlets that target black viewers was discriminatory because those purchases were made from a budget set aside for what the complaint described as the African American tier of outlets and was damaging to black media owners because that tier had more limited funds available than the general tier used for broader audiences.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then
did he win? Did he win the lawsuit?
It was settled out of court in 2025.
Okay, so that it's maybe McDonald's thinks this isn't a good look right here. He says he created and launched Comics Unleashed 20 years ago, so my fellow comedians could have a platform to do what we all love, make people laugh. He's the chairman and CEO of Allen Media. I truly appreciate CBS's confidence in me by picking up our 2-hour comedy block of Comics Unleashed, and funny you should ask. Well, I mean, about that, does CBS really have a whole bunch of confidence in you? They sold it to you. They said, hey, would you like to buy this time that Stephen Colbert used to be on? We'll sell it. Now, maybe he could sell it, and maybe he makes a bunch of money. If he does, good for him. Get your bag, man. But he said, let me be clear. If they're looking for a show, my hand is already up. He said this in October of 2025, 2.5 months after CBS announced it was ending The Late Show. 50 years I've been waiting for this moment. Definitely, I'm going for it. You know what's really crazy about that? That means one of these shows that was like top tier, all right? When you go back to The Tonight Show, The Late Show, you know, all these like top tier, unbelievable levels of late night programming is now somebody bought their way in to hosting that spot. That would have been unthinkable. Like, I never would have thought that would be paid programming in one of those slots. But maybe it does better. And CBS goes, hey, we don't care. We're getting money from this guy. We ain't making any money with the Stephen Colbert show. There's so many staffers, it costs us a ton of money. If this guy can sell his own stuff, he'll be good to go, and we'll be good to go, and everybody wins. But let us know what you think. That's what they're saying. CBS is setting the show that's going to replace The Late Show and Stephen Colbert, and it's going to be this guy who's paying for the time, like he's paying for the airing of the programming, the prepaid content, and then he's going to sell it on his own. Kind of an interesting story. Let us know your thoughts. Send your dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Quick break. When we come back, jury duty. And as I said, I've got a couple of fake news stories to knock down before that, but one is some audio that you 100% will not believe if you're not here to hear this. And I'm going to play this for you, and then we can all say if we think this person was weird. I think I'll have 100% of you on board, but who knows? Who knows? That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is former Notre Dame quarterback Brady Quinn. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Allstate.
The Magic have won 3 in a row. They knock off the top team in the Eastern Conference, taking down the Pistons. Paulo Banchero led the way with 31, and Desmond Bain added 25. Michigan is college basketball's national champion. They held off UConn in the title game. It's the Wolverines' second national title, their first since 1989. And college baseball tonight. Florida and Florida State renewed their rivalry. They'll go head-to-head in Tallahassee. I'm Matt McCoy.
Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win.
Hello, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. His show is late on ABC's Channel 10. I don't watch regular broadcast TV. But it's kind of interesting that like late night is paid programming. Honestly, if that business model works for him at CBS, maybe somebody else does that. And they're like, hey, I have my own company. I have some level of wealth. The show will cost you nothing. I'll in fact pay for this time slot. And then for him, he can like make that business arrangement work. Could be kind of smart. Could be kind of smart. Late night with a news junkie? I don't have that kind of cash. I would have to imagine he's paying CBS a significant amount of money for 2 hours every weeknight. Now, I don't know, would that include the ability to use the stage and set at CBS? He might have his own setup. He might have his own stuff. Maybe this is what you do in about 70 days, Sean? 84 technically. But I wouldn't do that for many reasons. My asshole made out with a hot dog. Okay. I mean, that's a weird-ass thing to post in a public chat, but, you know. I am not here to tell you what to do with your life. 2 minutes and we're back live. Can he play his own ads? Yes, he would both play and sell his own ads. And there's sort of a business model to this, if I'm honest with you. Don't take this in an offensive way, but I know what I'm talking about here. In the media landscape, there is a tactic that is taken by a lot of companies that are majority black, where they will go around to these big corporations. It's exploded during the Black Lives Matter protests. And they will pitch as a business model, hey, you're going to get access to the black community with these advertisements. And it is a business move that has worked very well and has been lucrative. In fact, it was so successful that iHeartRadio flipped about, I don't know the exact number, but somewhere around 50 or so radio stations to be some sort of black news network, solely focused on the AM band, on bringing in black audiences and delivering them news from black content creators. Almost no one listens to any of this, but they found that as a business model, it was easy to get money from Capital One, Coca-Cola, Budweiser. Like, it was easier for them financially to do that as a business model. So it could be lucrative for them. Sean going to Black News Network? No, they knocked me off a station in Atlanta.
Requests, contests, or just to say hi.
Hey, this is Heather.
Get your voice on the air fast.
I got the windows rolled down, the moonroof open.
Open the iHeartRadio app and try it now.
This is the Duke's Country Song. It's a song about Duke's Mayo. Says here it's got twang. That sounds good. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang. Radio. 104.1.
Cooking up today's lead stories. This is the News Junkie, Sean Wasson.
Is on the way in just a moment here. Want to hear what you have to say. Lots of stuff going on in the news. Lots of drama happening around. Lots of stuff to kick up and get into. And I saw somebody send over Kanye West. We're talking about the concerts and talking about the music festival canceling themselves, I guess. They canceled the music festival that Kanye was supposed to perform at. He got denied a visa to perform in the UK, et cetera, et cetera. And somebody sent over, Kanye West has written over 600 songs. We're talking about how many he performed at that SoFi show in Las Vegas. Over 600 songs. And he has 140 or more singles. So that's what I'm saying. Like, watching that show, I go, like, there's some Kanye songs that I really think are some of the best rap songs ever recorded. Like, legitimately on a high level. Blood on the Leaves is maybe maybe, and I'm not huge into the genre of rap, but I do like all sorts of music. And I do know a lot about music. And Blood on the Leaves, I think, is maybe one of my favorite rap songs like that I've ever heard. And hearing him perform that, I go, oh, that's pretty cool. And then he just kept going. It was like more and more. And he's like, damn, all right. You get to understand a little bit of what was happening here. If it wasn't for all that Nazi stuff, maybe he'd be performing over in the UK. But I wanted to play this because I teased it. I'll do this before jury duty. It was getting weird this weekend. Just drop it, by the way. I want the FCC to just drop it. Just drop it, okay? This idea that we still need to worry about saying some bad words. You let everybody else do it. You don't have any control over the cable people. The president's typing out F-bombs over the weekend. They're all cursing. Why are we stuck over here in Radio Land in this weird world where we're treated like children? And this is like the public broadcast airwaves when anybody else can just do whatever the hell they want on the internet or beyond. It's kind of outdated, if you ask me. But I've got enough problems and enough fights. I don't really need to get into it with them. However, I'll play this for you. Here's CNN.
No longer. He has just threatened Iran in extraordinary graphic terms, giving the Iranian regime just over a day to either make a deal, reopen the Strait of Hormuz, or face hell. If your children are watching, be warned, the president did not use polite language. Quote, Tuesday will be Power Plant Day and Bridge Day, all wrapped up in one in Iran. There will be nothing like it. Open the strait, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell.
Bastards.
Just watch. We should note that destroying civilian power infrastructure is generally considered to constitute a war crime under international law, though the president could argue that the infrastructure has dual use and also is utilized by Iran's military.
CNN give it the full picture. And this could be a war crime, although they would say they're giving you all the sides and angles. He just, and look at the graphic on the screen for those of you watching this. Just the F-bomb, just on the graphics on CNN screen. Let's drop this whole pretense. People have changed their views. Somebody says Happy Easter, yeah. People have changed their views, I think, and to some extent on how they feel about cursing. Maybe you agree, maybe you disagree. Let me know. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Here we go. Let's do it. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO is the number. That's right, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, you need to reach out. Maybe after McDonald's has done something nefarious to you, you got to reach out and get a little bit of the attorney love that Moses can rain down on you when your case comes across his desk. He is unbelievable at this, and I want you to reach out after an accident. 800-CALL-MO or justcallmo.com. Okay, let's do this one because I was kicking this around and teasing this. This is such an absolutely weird story that I got to play this for you, or I don't know that you would believe it. This was something that went down at a Tennessee school board hearing, I believe, and I've got Channel 4 in, where was this? WSMV. This is in Tennessee, all right? And I'm pretty sure they're going to play the clip of what happened here. Let me go back here to the beginning of the report and make sure everything plays correctly. Here we go.
More summer-like, more September-like. September is typically our driest month.
Why is it?
You want to count second wettest. That warming trend takes us into the 80s by this weekend. We'll touch.
Is this going to have the clip?
Just like yesterday. Carbon copy. We stay dry through this week.
Hey, it won't let me start this video at the beginning. Hang on. Let me try to hit this.
Dry through this weekend. Okay, dry even through the middle part of next week. Don't
hang on. All right, there's two different things playing. All right, I've got it now. Here's the report. They put them on top of each other for some reason. Here's a report about what happened.
Some of these station websites are just infuriating.
So many auto plays. It's crazy. But here they go.
Buzzing news this morning in East Tennessee. A clip from Washington County School Board meeting now has been raising red flags.
A school board member's comment toward a student is causing some concerns. Listen to this.
All right, just so you know, she said a school board member's comment towards a student.
Oh.
All right? A school board member's comment towards a student.
God, you're hot. You know that? Where'd you go to school at?
What? Rocket.
All right.
I'll go back. He said,
Washington County School
God,
Board
you're
meeting
hot.
now has been raising red flags.
A school board member's comment toward a student is causing some concerns. Listen to this.
God, you're hot. You know that? Where'd you go to school at?
Rocket.
All right.
There was a comment meant to be, I guess, complimentary by a board member, but has certainly been determined not to be.
Yeah.
That's one way to put it.
After some consideration.
That's not a board member, it's a student, because you've also followed up with where do you go to school at?
Yeah, that's the
confirming
thing.
you know that's a high school student.
He said, God, you're hot. And his follow-up was, what school do you attend?
All right.
It wasn't like he could be like, God, you're hot. What, are you an adult who's married and you've got a whole life and you're now 27 years old, so I can say that and it won't be as weird? No, he goes, God, you're hot. And then he follows it up with, what school do you go to?
He went to the Chloe Feynman School of Keep Talking and See What Happens.
Everybody's so creepy. What's going on, man? What the hell is happening?
And that was the guy who was just speaking? Like, was that the guy who made the comment?
No, that's another guy on the panel. What's funny is, and I'll go back to his comments because he's trying to go like, it looks like some people, they didn't necessarily like this.
All right.
There was a comment meant to be, I guess, complimentary by a board member, but has certainly been determined not to be.
Yeah.
Hopefully you could understand what he was saying in that original comment, calling that girl hot. The student was there to research different schools, present her findings to the school board. The school superintendent says because the student was not in immediate danger, they kept that meeting going.
Not immediate.
Parents say that member's comments are unacceptable.
As a member of the school board, he is responsible for our children's health and welfare and safety.
Bro, yeah, he's a member of the school board. And
Has he been removed?
A student comes up and he goes, God, you're hot.
God, what high school do you go to again that I know that you're in high school?
Whoa, is there more like you at this school?
When you turn 18, sweet.
I should have been a teacher, not just on the board.
Unreal.
It's like, this is why I did this. This is why I wanted to be on the school board.
And mind
Damn.
you, this poor girl, did her research. She was there to present something after doing some hard work and whatever it was, because I forgot. And that's the first thing he says.
So she was presenting toward the board and it was like an issue that she took seriously. And then that was his response. There's more to it, but I mean, that's basically the gist of the comment there.
Did anyone call him out during the meeting? Or
I don't think so. No, let me see.
Records to fall this weekend, but
there's that weather again.
Wow. Everything is playing all at the same time for the fourth time. And if I pause this, is this the actual hearing itself?
Untold.
No.
Check local list.
No, I'm just going to, but it's a bad page.
Yeah.
Anyhow, he says, God, you're hot. What do we think? Is that totally normal stuff?
No.
I don't know. Maybe there might be some people in chat still defending this. They're like, I don't think it's a big deal.
I could fix him.
Yeah, I don't think it's totally fine. It's totally normal stuff. Gee, what's the big deal? Quick break. When we come back, we still have the Savannah Guthrie update. It's getting weird over there to get into. I've got clips galore, more NASA stuff, and so much more. And it's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic still bumper to bumper and through that Champions Gate area on I-4, especially westbound approaching Osceola Polk Line Road. 2 left lanes are blocked there. Eastbound is slowing down as well. Look out for emergency crews on the roadways. It's stop and go southbound on Florida's Turnpike approaching Consulate Drive. 2 right lanes are still blocked. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-67.
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. Bear with me for one moment, just grabbing some audio to end the show on Today I Learned, which is coming up at the end of the Power Hour. how you hanging in? How are we? I missed the story, another teacher and student, or what? It was like an elevated version of that. God, you're hot. Bro, if there was like 3 words that I would tell you not to say to a high school girl, 3 words. Like, hey, whatever you do, don't say these 3 words to the high school girl. It would be God, you're hot. Or S my D. One of those would be almost equally held in like, wow, maybe you shouldn't do that. Maybe he was referring to the Lord? I don't think so. I don't think so. I like how Sun State John is still the only picture of the Hall of Fame. I haven't even checked to see if anybody else has redeemed their gifts. Because I think it's like 10 gifted subs. You can be on the Hall of Fame. Sun State John is lonely. Maybe Rage did. Rage just donated 10 today. Somebody's going to do it at some point in time, and their photo's going on there. 1 minute, we're back. You got a real pretty mouth. True. TMJ Bot says, Trump says whole civilization will die tonight as Iran deadline looms. Hasn't he been saying that for like 3 or 4 days now? I thought we've been doing that for a while now. God, you're hot. Told you that was a weird one. All right, here we go.
800-478-6430. That's 800-478-6430. What do you have to lose? Call 800-478-6430. Again, 800-478-6430.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got a question after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. Preparing you for the impending robot uprising. This is the News Junkie.
Yes, live. It's Tuesday, April 7th. For most of you, just to prove this is live here, at least for the next 2 weeks, and we'll see what happens after that. We'll get to your dispatches and emails and all the rest in a moment. Bird Nerd on TNJ Chat says, at the News Junkie, have you watched the new documentary on Netflix about the murder of Mariah Wilson? Sad story, but well done. I think Mariah Wilson. This is the bike rider lady?
Yes.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it was well done. Quite sad, though. Gotta tell you, get ready for that.
Yeah, the interesting thing for me was I've never had a review kicked out from under me so fast. We woke up the next morning. Courtney and I watched that on Saturday night. If you don't know, there was a woman who was an incredibly good athlete, and she was one of the top cyclists in the world, right? Like, she was just blowing away the competition. She was incredible. Her life was about it. Like, she was dedicated to it. One of those types of people. And she got caught up in a situation and ended up getting murdered by this jealous woman. And so I'm watching it, and I watched the beginning, and the beginning's all about her career, and they're trying to show that this woman was very impressive. And I go, yeah. And then at the end, they kind of seemed to yada by the murder. And then they just got to the end where the woman who was accused of murdering this woman, Mariah Wilson, in this Netflix documentary, she was on the run and she tried to change her appearance and do all sorts of stuff to make herself look like somebody else. I won't give away too much of it.
But I have so many questions just with that portion of it.
Well, I had a lot of questions when I woke up because I said, it felt like they just talked about this woman being a beast in the bike riding world. And then they just fast forwarded to the end and they talked about the woman being arrested. And Courtney goes, you fell asleep.
Oh.
And I go, And, well.
That makes a lot of sense.
She goes, I left you alone. You fell asleep on top of Lady on the couch. You just like popped over.
Fell asleep on top of the dog?
Is
She
Lady
was
okay?
next to me. Yeah, she survived somehow. She was next to me. And I guess I just kind of slid off and went into a slumber and then came back to. And in my mind, I go, the beginning was pretty good and the end was okay, but I feel like they didn't spend enough time on the murder part. And she goes, you were sleeping. And I go, oh, okay. Well, I take that back. I will not be reviewing that movie.
You did miss the good part as far as how much this woman snapped.
Oh, I saw the video of her driving around the neighborhood.
Yeah. And also did not know that our infotainment has that information.
Yeah, it was, I mean, I saw the beginning and end. And as far as the beginning and end of the Mariah Wilson documentary on Netflix, Bird Nerd, I will say the beginning and end was pretty good. But it turns out, much as I thought I did not see the middle part. And Courtney was like, it was good. So she liked it.
You didn't realize that Courtney disappeared halfway into the program?
I love the idea of you waking up like, I can't believe they didn't cover any of the murder stuff.
No, I did it the next morning. I did it the next morning because I remembered the movie, the documentary ending. And then after it ended, she goes, you want to go lay down? I'm like, yeah, it's late. It's like 1:30 or something. Let's go lay down. And we went into the room. We went to lay down. And then the next morning I go, it was good, but it felt like it was missing something. It's like, like it was pretty interesting. And there was a story there somewhere, but something was missing. And she's like, you're an idiot.
While we're here with Weekend Watches, I say to you, Sean, we've gone another week without Steve dying. So
thank God.
Whenever you're ready. I mean, I'll keep updating you. Maybe we'll get through the whole season. You guys will watch because I think you will really enjoy it.
I like him. I like Steve Carell.
He's alive.
I heard that Rooster is good. He does die in all of the things that he's in, and it's brutal whenever he dies. But I have heard good things. I have indeed heard good
I like
things.
Rooster a lot.
Same.
Yeah, what's is it on Apple or
HBO?
HBO. Okay. Why did I even ask? Apple has barely anything. Anyhow, let's see here.
Apple's got plenty of things.
They just came out with something. What was there? It's coming up.
I always go over to Apple and I go, what do you got? You guys still doing this morning show thing? I haven't watched that in years and years and years.
Or F1, #1 movie, has been this whole time. F1.
Apple's the morning show, they just said that What's His Nuts is going to be in it.
That's a good clue.
Jeff Daniels.
Oh, okay.
Which is weird because if he plays a character that like does the news, it's a weird kind of like retelling, or not retelling, but it's weirdly similar to what his role was in Newsroom.
Mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take it anymore.
Yeah,
that was from Newsroom, right? I believe
something like that.
I shouldn't get that one wrong. Anyhow, I have some fake news for you, which we might as well.
There's an alert for that, right?
Thank you, Frankie McDonald. I do have a fake news alert for you. There was a lot of fake news while I was gone. One thing was that Trump was dead.
What?
And I'll tell you, I think this is definitely a Twitter problem for sure. Little secret about me. I made a burner account for X, Twitter, whatever. You get the point. Because I was like, I don't want to be on this account. What if I want to post a comment about something and I don't want it to be under the news junkie? And I made a burner account. And it was like some string of numbers in David Junconian or something, which was the name from the New York Post fake story that I seeded with them. It's still up on the NewYorkPost.com about the coronavirus and the cruise. And I used this, and then I created it, and then I never actually used it. I never logged in really. I think I maybe logged in once or twice or something, but I never really logged in. but it would get push notifications on this burner account that I set up. And the push notifications were interesting because I didn't follow anybody, right? So on my account, the News Junkie, I follow all sorts of people, and I follow for breaking news updates, and that's how I learned a lot of stuff before almost anybody else is talking about it. But on this other account, this burner account that I created, I didn't follow anybody, all right? I just wanted to have it so I could search for some things, check some things out, and I had to delete it. I had to delete the account and abandon it, even though I was never using it, because I was getting push notifications that I think they're just pushing out to every rando user, and it would be like Trump dead. It's like 3 or 4 of them this weekend that were like Trump's dead. And the White House had to deny a lot of these rumors. There was rumors that Trump was hospitalized at Walter Reed. There were 500,000 searches on Google for Trump Walter Reed and Trump Hospital. There was a bunch of grifters over on the social media platforms. They're like, he's dying.
Twitter, y'all see this?
He's dying. They go from like post after post about like Trump dying to then it comes out that he wasn't actually dying. And they just move on to the next thing, which is just, that's what happens with the political people and the grifters and stuff. That's what happens. You get something so unbelievably wrong. You were so loud about it, so dumb and dumb, wrong, and loud at its just like most ultimate example where you say that the president died and then nobody ever backtracks or apologizes or anything. So that was one of the stories. The other one, I guess, that's been going around today that the White House just denied, kind of just as shocking in another way. But let me bring up their response to this.
Threads also does the thing where you'll get notifications about stuff even though you don't necessarily follow the person or whatever. And they've gone to memeing this now. So the reaction, like the comments are like just memes that say, I'm only here because I got this as a notification. Mm-hmm. And they're just over and over and over again.
And is it just random stuff or
to me it seems
political?
Like it.
Is it political stuff?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Once I click Threads, it's always first comment like, I'm just here for the comments. I'm just here watching everyone rip this person apart. And the comments.
I don't care about Threads or definitely not that Blue Sky one that all the crazy people went to. And it's just, they're like, Twitter's a hellhole. And then that place is a hellhole too. It's like, you just made another hellhole.
Twitter's a hellhole.
It's just a left-wing hellhole instead of a right-wing hellhole. Congratulations. Look what you did. And that place, I don't want to go over there. The Threads thing, I don't really want to go to. But I don't know what kind of voodoo they cook up over at Instagram. They will get my ass to click the little Threads things that are in the Instagram feed. It'll be like, oh my God, did you see on this television show? I couldn't believe it went
all the time.
And I'm like, what was it?
It's a perfect thumbnail. It's that, the Threads teasers, and the Amazon targeted ads. I'm like, I don't need that, but boy, am I clicking and putting on my wish list.
They are doing some good work getting people to hit that button there sometimes.
You hear that, Instagram?
The other piece of fake news was, I guess the White House is now denying, this is according to AFP or the Agence France Presse or whatever, the AFP, one of the big news wires. The White House is issuing a denial that they are considering using nuclear weapons in Iran, which I'm sure that's good news to the Iranians. We are not considering using nukes on Iran is the message on the Iranian front. That's about how well things have gone over the weekend and Easter week and all of that on the front of Iran. We haven't had any real changes there other than they found that second pilot. When I told you that there was a downed plane, the Iranians had downed a plane, and I told you that they rescued the first pilot during the show, I think on Friday, and then the second pilot was on the move. They rescued the second pilot in like the most incredible rescue mission you could have ever heard of. The guy, at first it was broad daylight, so he had to try to strip everything off of him because he had parachuted down. And he had to try to hide in this neighborhood, but it's broad daylight. Then he sneaks through and gets up onto this mountainside, and they have these beacons that they carry with them. And the beacon shows the U.S. Armed Forces where the person is.
It was quite far away from where he crashed, right?
He made a decent distance from where he was, and he's hiding out in the mountains for like over 2 days. And the U.S. forces were seeding fake information with the Iranians, so they thought that the guy had been moved somewhere else. There was like a cat and mouse game going on. unbelievable. The guy was pretty badly wounded, I guess. And they scooped in and grabbed this dude and then destroyed at least a couple of planes and a couple of choppers on the way out because they didn't want the Iranians to get their choppers and planes that they left behind. But they got that guy alive. It wasn't cheap on account of the choppers and the planes and, blowing them up ourselves, but just absolutely crazy. It'll be a movie, I'm sure, at some point in time. Here's one of the clips I wanted to play for you. Let's go back to space, if you don't mind. Oh, yeah. I have to tell you, I have a growing amount of respect for the members of this Artemis 2 crew. They all seem like really solid people, very professional.
And they love
smart.
each other, man. I mean, they spent a lot of time together for the last 3 years.
They have to.
They're bonding.
Yeah. And the woman who calls herself the plumber of the mission, she's been trying to fix this damn toilet that's been such a pain in the ass for them. She's got great media presence. She's very funny and clever. The guys seem really nice. Even the Canadian guy seems super nice. Like, they seem like a really great bunch of people. Great examples for the world. Even when these idiots, I see a couple of people doing interviews and trying to bait them in to fight with the president or whatever, they are handling themselves in an incredibly professional way. Very, very good representatives of NASA, the United States, and our space program for sure. And they're even taking to doing interviews with young kids. Kids are getting to interview the astronauts as they're flying around at 25,000 miles an hour looping the moon.
Those are probably some real soft questions.
What's the moon look like? Is it made of cheese?
They do a really great job. Here's one of the examples.
I wonder, do you still see stars in outer space?
Do you see stars in outer space?
You can Google that.
Got a little delay. Oh, yeah. We already told you about
35.
this.
Yeah, I was actually just talking to my crewmates about that today. I've definitely seen stars in outer space, and I was saying I haven't seen as many as I thought I would. So, Reed?
He hands the mic over to the Reed guy.
We have so much illumination from the sun on the moon and the earth right now. It is hard at times to see stars. Just like when you walk out in the daytime, you see a blue sky but no stars.
God, that
we look
so
outside
clear.
and we see the black face.
I know the microphone is
so
actually pretty
wild.
good. Like, I have definitely heard radio broadcasts with a lower quality than what I'm hearing out of space. And he's on a wireless microphone going back to mission control, going to be ported over to wherever to talk to these kids.
Can you imagine how annoying it would be if it were a wired microphone? Floating around, but it's still stuck to stuff.
As long as the Shore logo is very much the same.
I mean, they're floating around here. They're answering questions. They are professional. They are awesome, actually.
Tonight, we're going to be pointed into deep space, and we're going to turn out all the lights in the spacecraft for the first time on the mission. And if you give yourself about 20 or 30 minutes, we do this all the time on the International Space Station. Christina and I just have great fond memories of this. You'll start to see the stars, and if you give it enough time, you will see so many stars. It's hard to see the constellations because there are so many stars out there. And the coolest part of those stars is they do not twinkle at all. They are just perfect. They almost look just perfect pinpricks of light.
It sounds like he's cursing. He's not. It's minor dropouts here and there. I watched
Wait
this.
a second. I thought those stars were supposed to be named if you paid money.
I see Christina with her hair floating up in the air, right? Because they're in zero G here. I see these guys just kind of bopping around, and they couldn't seem more calm. They really could. They could not seem more calm about what they're doing. And I think these are people who in their core are just built different than I am. This is what they love to do. They are like so excited to be doing this, and you can tell. Like, you could tell this is something that thrills them. That's why this Artemis 2 mission is so cool. There was so much discussion at our Easter about this. So many people were kind of brought together. And in past years, there's been people who have brought up politics or something. You're like, again, please. God, don't bring up this. Don't bring up politics.
Oh, somebody brought up COVID vaccines at my Easter.
Oh,
Yeah, that's an old topic.
yeah.
How'd that go?
What? Is there something bringing that back into the headlines?
I don't remember.
You know, it was Jackson. The kid is really getting into it.
I don't know if part of the conversation was like asking if the boy is vaccinated, but you know, it spiraled from there.
It's not great to do that, but it was really interesting to hear all the people agree and talk about the space program. And there are still things that bring us together. Now, this is one of the reasons why I like talking about this, because it triggers a very particular sect of you. And those people who I think who get triggered by the NASA talk are the very political people. You are the people who the only thing you think about is politics, and anger just runs through your veins because you want to find the next thing to get angry about. And you're fired up on this. And then you can't deal with a story like this because it's a nice story. It's a nice story about people accomplishing amazing things. And
this has been
you
planned
don't care
for
about,
many years, has it not?
Yeah, but you don't care about whether these people are Republicans or Democrats. These are Americans and a Canadian, well, mostly Americans, going along on what is just an absolutely mind-blowingly cool thing. So it's kind of a red flag when people get triggered by this, at least to me. But let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Okay, quick break. I've got a grab bag segment when we come back, a lot of different clips to get into, and a little more on the NASA front. I got some Savannah Guthrie updates that are very surprising to me. Bunch of random stuff. We'll get to it all. It's coming up next in the News Junkie.
AI predicts trends. We create moments. Real Radio 104.1. Guaranteed human.
Rainy conditions are going to be affecting your ride on all the major roadways. Expect reduced visibility, slippery roadways. I-4 westbound near Osceola Polk Line Road. 2 left lanes are blocked there still. Emergency crews are working on clearing up a crash. Eastbound lanes are slowing down as well. On the Turnpike southbound at Consulate Drive, 2 right lanes are blocked there. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Every now and then you find a deal that actually feels like a win. With Straight Talk Wireless, you get more and pay less. Now that's a good deal. No contracts, no credit checks, no surprises, all on Verizon's 5G network. Find it in the same place you've always found straightforward prices, exclusively at Walmart and StraightTalk.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with Captain Mortgage Guy Don. With over 250 5-star Google reviews and 1,100 reviews at Experience.com, it is very safe to say that you are in very welcome waters when it comes to that mortgage guy, Don. And I can say with full confidence that he's looking out for you. Unfortunately, chances are quite high that you're leaving money on the table. So why not let that mortgage guy, Don, help you get the money off the table and back in your beautiful hands? And when it comes to his website, thatmortgageguyDon.com, it is chock full of information for you. Guides on how to get pre-approved, reliable mortgage information, and of course, direct access to the man himself. Any question you have, he's ready to answer. So start the process today. Plain and simple. There's no spam. There is no hassle. There is just peace of mind at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't let tax refund worries hold you back. File now with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They'll find every credit and deduction to help you get every refund dollar you deserve, or your money back. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine.
Hello. Chat, guess what? You're going to get to make a decision here. All right? Decision time has arrived. Here is your decision. Usually the final song of the show for today, I learned, means something or becomes something or is some sort of type of message. Who knows? And in this case, it's Jack Bradshaw's birthday, 59 years young. And Jack Bradshaw, as we all know, is a huge fan of the man who the mere mention of his name will spring steam from your ears. Bruce Springsteen. And now I need to know, I'm going to end Today I Learned with Bruce Springsteen. What Bruce Springsteen song is a proper tribute? What Bruce Springsteen song will Jack listen to? Like, if I do Born in the USA, he's going to get out of it. Get out of here. I'm on fire. That's a good one. Born to Run, also a good one. I'm on fire. Yeah, baby, I'm born to run. Summer of 69. Wait. I'm on fire and Burn to Run are head to head right now, chat. Any other options? Dancing in the Dark? We've had a lot of I'm on fire. Easy Lover, that's not him. All right, I'm on fire, I'm doing it. Oh, I'm on fire. All right, we'll do it. Shallow says, never been a fan. Well, it's not about you, it's about Jack Bradshaw. All right? There's other people in the world. Stand by.
Free iHeartRadio app today.
Hey everybody, Jim Culver here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. It is April, Easter is here. Man, dressing up, going to church, doing Easter egg hunts with the kids and the grandkids. That, my friends, is what life is all about. And that's also one of the main reasons you should get over to Life Imaging FLA and get this free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. And guys, remember, there are no dyes, no injections. As a matter of fact, you stay fully clothed during the entire process. These are the memories you'll reflect on for the rest of your life. So take a few minutes and make this appointment to get your free heart scan. It's so easy. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say the keyword free heart scan. That's it. Pound 250, say that keyword free heart scan. These guys will connect you in seconds. Then you can make that appointment that could change or save your life. And while you're there, please ask about their cancer screening as well, because there's no question early detection saves lives. Guys, don't miss out on those memories that haven't happened yet, man. A simple scan today can mean a lifetime of tomorrows.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-478-6430 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-478-6430. That's 800-478-6430. What do you have to lose? Call 800-478-6430. Again, 800-478-6430.
April is prime sports time.
Launches a three, got it.
And iHeartRadio has you locked in. Start your day with Fox Sports Radio's Dan Patrick, getting you caught up on the biggest stories.
You got some interesting scenarios here.
Then find your favorite baseball team hitting the diamond.
Grand slam from Mookie Betts.
Or dive into mock draft season with NFL Daily.
We know Mendoza's going number one. Who do you have at number two?
From NBA and NHL playoffs to the draft podium, we've got you covered. Open the iHeartRadio app, search sports, and listen now.
Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Maurice Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out. This is the news.
And welcome in. Live, yes, live, believe it or not. Didn't expect it, but here we are for at least the next 2 weeks live on a Share the Show Tuesday. Reach out to the show, go over to thenewsjunkie.com, send your emails and all that good stuff. I'll get into some of that here in a moment. I guess Savannah Guthrie returned to the Today Show, which has got to be so weird. I mean, I know they tried to march her in like nothing was wrong, and they're like, here she is, our friend Savannah Guthrie, and all she must be thinking about is like, well, my mom is definitely dead now. So much time has passed. This stupid sheriff has screwed us all over with any shot of like putting our family back together, and Then they bring her out. There she is, back on the Today Show.
Come on out here.
Got to go back to work eventually.
Oh, posters of her and her mom?
Yeah. It's weird because you just have to jump in. If you're in a crazy position like her, you got to just jump in because a while is going to pass and everybody's going to go, I'm sorry, how are you doing? Like, it's going to be weird for a while.
Now, riddle me this. Would you rather the outside shot that we just saw with the crowd and the signs, some of which had pictures of her and her missing mom?
The having a picture of her missing mother on one of the signs is wild.
That's a choice.
Or in studio where it's like, okay, we're going to talk about this for the next few segments, and then we do the fun, wacky stuff.
They kind of did both a little bit because then they got her in there and she just went right to the news. You know, a professional broadcasting, doing what she does and getting back into the swing of things.
Good morning.
They've been waiting for it. How does it feel?
These signs are so beautiful. You guys have been so beautiful. I've received so many letters, so much kindness.
She has I think it's Jenna Bush, I believe, who's next to her here in the coat. And she is very much like holding on to her hand and kind of guiding her around. Maybe she said, like, look, I need somebody to lean on here a little bit for the first day. You know, broadcasting already can be something where things distract you. I got a million distractions going on. You've heard me bitching about all this stuff. Sometimes it's hard to just stay on the path and continue to do a show that people will like focus on it and think about the content you're putting forward other than the other things going on in your mind. What I'm talking about is a 1 on a scale where she's at a 14, and it's a lot, but she's out there doing her thing. And then strangely enough, right after this, TMZ is like, whoa, hold on, we got another ransom note.
Oh, please.
I will share a little bit of news with you. The person who has been incessantly contacting us,
although stopped for a while.
Yeah. We got another letter today.
Same day.
This person, an email.
Yep, same day she came
saying,
back.
I know where her body is and who the kidnapper is. Give me half a Bitcoin and I'll tell you.
Bro, at this point,
Half
TMZ,
a Bitcoin.
Yeah, like at this point,
it's gross, TMZ.
Like you're
And
really
that's a lot.
just you're trying to go, well, let's capitalize on Savannah Guthrie being back. This crazy person. They know this person doesn't know where her body is.
Yet they're still
100%.
going to share it. You all have enough resources and budget to figure out who the crazy person is. And yet we're still going to share it. Breaking
And the
news
crazy
style.
thing is, they were kind of winning over some people with targeting the politicians during the government shutdown because people hate politicians. And they were kind of winning over some people by doing that. And this is right back to it. Like, that's gross. You know, if I strapped Harvey Levin down to a board and I put a couple bamboo shoots underneath his fingernails and I hooked some electricity up to his body and started ratcheting it up a little bit. And I said, Harvey Levin, tell me, do you believe that this person has anything to do with Savannah Guthrie's mom's disappearance? I guarantee you, I bet everything that I have in that situation, he would go, no, absolutely not. I know, and no, like in his core, I know he does not believe this person has anything to do with this. I know that he doesn't believe that this person knows anything about where Savannah Guthrie's mom is, but yet they just do this crap over and over, even on the day when she comes back to work, which seems honestly pretty scummy. It does to me.
I keep forgetting that Carson Daly is on that show.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Keep forgetting that.
He was just hanging out there with the rest of the crew. It's been so long since I've watched any of that stuff. Honest to God, I haven't tuned into any of the morning shows like Good Morning America, Today Show. What's the other one? This morning, CBS This Morning. I think
The
is the other
View?
one.
Coffee
The
Joe,
View,
Coffee with Joe, Joe's Coffee.
Morning Joe. That's the ones. The broadcast ones are like they've been at each other's necks. Throats for a very long time. And I guess they must kind of be in an odd position here because they don't really want to go after the Today Show for this. That would be a bad look, I think. But all right, lots of emails coming in. Let's see, some emails about Stephen Colbert. Doesn't he have the top rated viewership for late night TV? I don't think so. I don't know about the demos and stuff. I thought it was Jimmy Kimmel, but the point is none of them are doing very well. Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert. These shows used to bring in, because there was much less competition and there was an appetite for these late night shows, they used to bring in 8, 10, 12 million people a night in their heyday. Much more than that if you go back to like Johnny Carson. Celine, look up Johnny Carson average viewers or something like that. I mean, back in the day, there wasn't a lot of things for people to turn to. So a show like that it dominated. And that's how you hear stories about Johnny Carson making comedians' careers.
Right.
Just one appearance.
This says as of early 2026, CBS The Late Show with Stephen Colbert consistently maintains the highest overall viewership in the traditional 11:35 p.m. late night slot, averaging 2.4 to 2.5 million viewers. But Fox News
maybe he is winning that slot then.
Gutfeld frequently dominates total viewership across all late night programming, including cable at 10 p.m., often exceeding 3 million viewers. Old Gutfeld.
Yeah, I've heard people say this, and if I bring this up, they'll go, Gutfeld's got a bigger audience than all of them on Fox News. But I'm not going to lie to you. I just view that as fundamentally different. I think that's a different kind of program. I think all of the programs are going to be more like Gutfeld than they have for the last handful of years. They're so political. They all have the same exact opinions on everything. It's unbelievable.
Carson averaged between 10 and 15 million nightly viewers at his peak, some estimates reaching 17 million.
Yeah.
His final show in 1992 drew an estimated 50 to 55 million viewers.
And that's Super Bowl levels of viewership that they would get at that time. And I don't hold your emails. I understand there was less competition. Cable television wasn't quite as big at that point. It's pretty early in on that. There's lots of different things. I get it. I think the biggest problem of all of this is that everybody who has one of these shows has the same exact carbon copy opinion. And if you're a regular person wandering around, you know that doesn't make any sense. Like, for everybody to just fall in line with the same opinions on stuff. I remember I went to a political rally one time. This was when I was probably 20. Okay. I think I was about 20 years old. And I went to a political rally. And I remember the person on stage starting to like riff through all of their things. And here's how we feel about abortion. And here's how we feel about marijuana. And here's how we feel. And everybody's like, yeah. And I'm like, how could all of these people have the same exact opinions on all of these things? They're so wildly different, all the topics that we're talking about. But when you get into this arena, everybody has the same opinion. And that is 1 billion% true with Hollywood and entertainment. There's like the acceptable one opinion. I think that kind of killed everything a little bit. And I think overall, people just don't watch television live at night anymore. They watch stuff on demand whenever they want. They watch the programs they want to watch. They have things that they like to watch that make them laugh, that entertain them. They have YouTube channels that they probably enjoy, like some of the other people.
I used to watch, as a younger person, those shows live all the time. And I'll tell you what, as soon as they were over, it was S-ville. I mean, just the content that came on at like 12:35.
You talking about cheaters and blind dates?
Those are fun sometimes, but sometimes it was other stuff.
Hello?
Cheaters was a legendary program. Some of that
especially
was fake,
when I was watching it at 8 years old.
Not supposed to be watching that as a kid.
But I turned out just fine, I think. Kind of.
That was one of those things where they're like, hey, this program is absolutely for adults. It's on so late. No kids could be watching. Yeah, a lot of times they were. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. When we come back, we're going to do the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Share the Show Tuesday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
He is always on TikTok.
It is. Listen, I have shunned most of all of my other social. I am a TikTok guy.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for today, it is a Fox 35 Storm Team alert day. And this is going to be for the potential of not only scattered showers and storms that will bring heavy rain, but also gusty winds with a wind advisory in place and some very rough surf out at the beaches. Just not the best day to be outside. We'll be expecting highs to struggle to reach out of the 70s. We'll see about an 80% chance of rain today. Additional rounds will stick with us all the way through about Thursday of this week. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Credit Karma.
When your money's on the line, are you okay with a basic free tax service? Get the confidence of TurboTax with free Fed and state filing on Intuit Credit Karma. Around 37% of filers qualify. Simple 1040s only. See details at turbotax.com/free.
One thing I like to tell people is if you want to support the show, support the great sponsors you hear us talking about. Now, these live reads are from the companies that really are willing to step up and put their money where their mouth is. And I, myself, won't accept the live read from a company that I don't think is legit and something that I'll hear back from you and I'll hear good things about. And I know without a shadow of a doubt that Mills Air is one where the feedback's going to be positive. This is because it's a company that does things the right way, a company that's not trying to make the quick buck, a company that's trying to provide a great service that they think in the end will help their business out, and it has. That's why they've been around since 1992. I mean, you know, they're doing well. They have a great company going. For well over 30 years, they've been helping people just like you where your air conditioner breaks and you start panicking. But the good news is, finally, somebody cares about being honest, being fair, and making sure that professional techs come out to your house and get your AC fixed fast. So if that matters to you, and I hope it does, and you can call them at 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159. Or you can find them online at millsair.com.
Orlando's premier comedy club and restaurant is the Funny Bone.
Hello. Welcome to the show. Welcome behind the scenes. I have to go get Today I Learned, and I definitely have to pee. But I want you to think of your ratings. Hold your ratings close. Hold them close. Okay. Rate that show, baby. Rate that show. 10 out of 10. It goes into the Hall of Fame. No notes. It was a good one. It was a winner. 1 out of 10 over here into the trash bin. Rate the show. 10 out of 10 TMZ editors in hell. 10 out of 10 fake ransom notes. 9.5 out of 10 for Sean's last share of the Show Tuesday show. Are you taking pleasure in that? Are you really? The show is a good 9.5 until you decided to play a liberal Springsteen. Now it's a 1.5 pants drop. Damn liberal Springsteen. 10 out of 10 for calling me hot. 5 out of 10 contract negotiations halfway there. All iHeart suit sucks out of 10. Hey, I agree. We are in a holding pattern for 2 weeks. And then basically D-Day. That's what we're looking at. Maybe we get a miracle. I need a miracle. I need a miracle. It's more than physical. All right, folks. Love you. Appreciate you. You're all chatter of the day. We'll see you next time. Godspeed.
Make a gift today. Visit prolifeacrossamerica.org.
Thanks to you, more than 50,000 teachers have been recognized for the amazing work they do in classrooms across America each and every day.
Speaking for all teachers, we don't do this for the recognition, but it's nice to get it sometimes.
iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose.
It's always nice to know that we have a positive impact.
We're helping get teachers the resources they need to inspire the next generation.
It's the family, it's the student, it's the teacher and the school, and even the community, so it's a team effort.
Just go to iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
Broadcasting live from the world's most dysfunctional think tank. This is the news.
Show Tuesday. If you're just joining us, you're probably like, why am I hearing this guy's voice right now? Well, I'm here. I'm still here for now. I don't know how long I'm here for, but I'm here for now. And where we're at, just so you know, if you're just tuning in, is I had a conversation, a pretty decent conversation, I guess, with the suits at iHeart this morning at 9 p.m. I had prepared stuff to do a show just in case. I wasn't really... I'm sorry, did I say p.m.? Yes. 9 a.m. I had prepared stuff to do the show just in case. I wasn't really planning on doing it. And then I was going to continue on with the strategy of just taking off all my vacation days. However, I still would have had to come back at some point because the amount of days that are left. And the deal that's been struck at the moment is we're about 50% there. That's what they say. I don't know if we're quite 50%. But they say, look, here's what we're going to do. Let's put this on ice for a couple of weeks and come in and do the next 2 weeks. And then we'll have a big meeting that'll be sort of our final meeting, and we'll sort all this out. We don't have to drag this out any further. And I said, okay, I'll be a team player, at least to that extent. And so for the next 2 weeks, I'll put my head down, get the shows done, have fun, and then we'll see where it ends after that. But that way it doesn't go to the finish line, or it's not a whole maybe it does. I have no idea. But I do know after that, I will take all the days that I have banked in a row and just get out of here as fast as I can because I want to get on to the next thing if I'm not doing this. And I mean, to be clear, I will be doing the show. It's just about where I will be doing the show and how the show will look and all of those kind of things. And I don't know the answer to that question. If I could give you more information, I would. But I'm telling you what I know as of now. Right now, what we got to do is maybe the final dispatches. I think we got enough time for a couple, so...
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play...
Here we go! Have I played any? I don't think I played any at all.
Oh, these are the first dispatches.
Yeah. First and final, everybody. First and final dispatches. And here is... Well, that's a long one. That is a long one. I don't have time for that. I will instead do this. Here is somebody, Jay Ryan, with the dispatch about the Easter Bunny.
Hey, junkies.
Hey.
Hope you guys are having a great day.
You too.
I think the only thing that would make the Easter Bunny clip better is if the Easter Bunny was doing sign language, but as someone that sneaks into a speech who doesn't know sign language, and so he's just making all of these hand gestures having to do with Iran.
I don't think we needed
like
that.
That would be the only thing that would make that clip better. You guys have a great day.
They were pretty epic as is, but thank you, Jay Ryan. It was a good time. Here's people talking about the Easter egg hunts, and I said, it seems like everybody just does the plastic eggs full of money now.
Hey, junkies.
Hey, you.
So, yeah, guys, I dye the eggs with my daughter, and that's how I was raised. We dye them the night before, and, then you go out and you hide them outside, and you find all the eggs. You just try to make sure to account for all of the eggs in the crate. That way you don't have a rotten egg out there, and you're mowing the yard one day, and that thing just splatters everywhere and smells
gross.
awful. But my daughter loved it. She loves finding the eggs. We did go to a big family event, and it was all plastic eggs, and some of them were filled with money, which is something I never got to experience.
See, that's the thing. Now, and I told you, the little kids for the Easter we were doing at Courtney's parents' house, one of them comes back, and she's a great kid. I'm not saying anything against her, but she's like, oh, I only got $17.
That's wild.
And her mom goes, so only? You only got, and she goes, yeah, they got $30. And
What did she get for the tooth under the pillow?
I don't know, because the inflation is through
Ours
the roof.
was $1,
yeah.
if not quarters.
Yeah, it might be changed.
Mine were
sometime.
at least $5.
Of
See,
course.
you always.
Everything is like this.
Well,
with this
he's an
guy.
only child, and maybe it's not his fault. It's her parents' fault for having more than one.
No, I blame him. I blame him somehow.
And I'm raising another terrorist-only child.
What?
Case in point.
How many monies did he get?
Case
How are
in
things
point.
going with Jackson?
He, well, we had planned on there being 2 other children at the Easter egg hunt, but their parents made other plans. They had to go do a family thing, but we bought enough eggs for 3 kids, so Jackson just had all of them.
He ate them all?
He got all of them. But I wouldn't be worried about the egg outside going rotten, because I just know that there's critters in my backyard. That thing would get eaten.
You know what? I'm a little jealous of. Jackson is the greatest secret weapon when somebody that you know, like let's say Amy Caulfield, has a birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And
damn right.
It's unfair. It's unfair that you get to pull out that secret weapon and you go, Jackson, all right, here's what I want you to do. Just say happy birthday, Amy Caulfield. And then Jackson goes, happy birthday.
Everything.
Happy birthday, Amy Caulfield. And it's adorable. And then
And it makes you feel special at that moment.
I could have said a wall of text. Amy Caulfield, it's been so good to work with you over the years. You're such a professional. I could have done a whole thing. And then Jackson would go, happy birthday, Amy Caulfield. And she'd go, oh my God, I love Jackson. Which
Thanks,
is exactly
Sean.
what she said.
Yeah.
Exactly what she said.
Her reply, oh my goodness, Jackson, I love him. Thank you. It's like you didn't even text. It's like you didn't even text.
Just right by me. Oh, the thing you just said was so much more adorable than the other thing.
I took my phone over to Ashley. I go, ha! Look at this. Win.
Yeah.
I won.
Owned him. I absolutely owned him. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Hold on. Stories that didn't make the cut. Is there anything I teased that we didn't do? I think we hit pretty much everything that we needed to there. But yeah, that'll do it for today. Let's get out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Tuesday, April 7th, 2026.
407 day.
Oh,
by the way,
happy
on 407 day, worth mentioning that the rapper Offset, I guess, was shot at the Hard Rock Casino in Hollywood, Florida.
Please wait until you see his first picture since being shot.
Well, is it where did
Or
they
he
shoot him?
snuck out of the hospital to smoke?
Is that
in
him?
his gown.
Is he smoking weed in the gown there? Oh my God,
yeah.
he is. Wow, God. All right. Well, he likes his marijuana, I guess. Today I Learned for a Tuesday.
What's the oldest you've
There's
ever found?
a lot of stoners out there. Today I Learned for a Tuesday, April 7th, 2026. Today I Learned this band right here. Band or song name will be fine. Inappropriate. That's right. Inappropriate. I had to get the short version because the long version's quite long, folks. Just so you know, it's I think 17 minutes long, so it's quite a long song. The Inappropriate song was recorded on a whim during a sound check when the singer was drunk and high and was slurring his words. The song ended up lasting 17 minutes, and it was decided good to go in one take, and they kept it that way. Worked out for the band, I guess. And finally, today I learned this guy right here.
Bruce Springsteen.
That's right, Bruce Springsteen. His mother would rent him guitars for $6 a week in 1957. Springsteen bought his first guitar as a teenager in 1964 for $18.
Damn.
Later on, his mother would take out a loan to buy him a $60 guitar. Now he's got plenty of them, I think. Doing pretty good. And still counts Jack Bradshaw on his birthday.
Happy birthday.
Big fan of old Bruce Springsteen. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you next time.